It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot, I wanna take my clothes off. It's getting hot in here. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's your boy Boogotti NYC. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. How everybody doing in here this morning? Okay. I see we got this Monday morning started off. Everybody's ready to get into it. I know I am. Feeling good. I got the fans on in the back, you guys. So we're gonna have to play this joint like hustle and flow today. Keep hustling, keep flowing. That's right. I had to turn the fans on because it is hot in New York. How you guys doing out there? Hope everybody's having a fantastic Monday morning. Let me know if you can hear me. Thank you so much for the sound check, Batty. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, you know what we got to do first in that case, right? We don't got no time to play. We got to give it up to the man upstairs and we got to get up those prayers. But first, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's get those prayers in the airs first. Let's get those prayers up. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody is doing good. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. I'm chiming in from our bottom line, Lord. Just want to say thank you for giving me another day to be here with my friends, my family, my co-hosts, and people who love to be here for the show. Just want to pray for energy. I want to pray for love, good spirits, and good prosperity for everyone here. I want to pray for cool and calmness, for everybody to be safe. I want to pray for healthy, and I want to pray for all of our friends as well as our family and our animals. Who we praying for this morning, Jack B? That's right, we're praying for Jordan Dowdy. Okay, I see you up in the building, Liberty and Justice. There you go, 420, John Patrick. Good morning, Miss Swanza. Good morning, Jonathan. Good morning as well to Miss Keisha. I see paradoxes in here. We got to get those prayers up for Batty Lynn. Also, who else do I see? My brother, Mark Dorfman. Miss Keisha. Can't forget about Terry. Can't forget about Teddy. Also, Jordan. Also, we can't forget about, let's see, Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker, Sam Champion. Let's see, can't forget Winter Rising, Angels Among Us, all you guys that always come to the show. Can't forget about Luigi as well. Tony, I see you, Jonathan, Winter Rising. I was going to say it anyway. And yes, Lord, I'd like to give a prayer up for myself and all of our animals. Let's go. Amen. That's right, you guys. Y'all know what that means, right? Y'all know what it means. And I got a big surprise for you guys today, an additional merch piece. But I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up. Mm, mm, wind it up. Wind it up. I said it's 6 o'clock somewhere. Should be 6 o'clock here. Let me go ahead and fix my little tie in, my scarf. Let's go, you guys. And we come on, start the show. We ready to go? Come on. Time to start the show. Come on, man. Okay. Ole. Yeah, y'all got to open up this jacket because, like I said, I've been working out. So, you know, I got to give a little bit of movement before I say, woo, open up those pores. Using the sweat, it's actually working. Open up those pores. We got to open up those pores. Uh, We got to open up those, op. If it's Monday the 18th, that's right, y'all, 2026. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that, and chat, and this, and this, and that, where we be talking about this and that, and chat, and this, and this, and that. Just got me lit. How everybody doing this morning? It's your boy Boogotti NYC. We made it to another week. It's the top of the week. Yes, my favorite day. Because what do they have to do? Pick up the phone Oh, yeah, they got to pick up the phone this morning, you guys. I'm getting right into it. I'm not going to play around. Going to let you guys know we got some good merch pieces for you this morning. I'm not even going to wait. That's right, you guys. If we are lucky enough to get to 500 likes today, we'll be giving away 6 of our bottom line keychains. That's right, with the Our Bottom Line decal logo right there. Also, we will be giving away 6 decals. That's right, you guys, 6 decals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decals, which is actually 12 pieces all together. We're starting off early, giving everybody a chance before we even get into the show. All you got to do, if we get to 500 likes, I need you guys to go ahead and send me an email to bridgethisllc@gmail.com to get your merch. All you got to do is let me know where you want it mailed to, and I will send you your your merch piece. But we're going to select 12 people, 6 for the keychains and 6 people for the decal. And one lucky person might be rolling out with a Big Drip t-shirt. You see this t-shirt right here? Looks really nice, doesn't it, ladies? It's got the nice Big Drip logo on it. It's like a baby tee. And fellas, we also have it in your size. So yes, one person will be receiving one of the Big Drip merch t-shirts right there. That's right, you guys. You see that right there? Big Drip Hard Punch. It's got the logo in the front and everything. So that's right, you guys. We're really giving away some good giveaways this morning. So if you guys get lucky and get over 500 likes, you will be receiving keychains, decals, as well as Big Drip t-shirts. And yes, fellas, we have them in your size too. Let's get this show going, you guys. We ain't got no more time to play. Let's do what we do. Woo! It's hot in here. So let's do what we got to do. I'm sorry. I apologize. I got 5 on it. That's right, you guys. I can't play around with the 5 on it. I got to do that first. I got 5 on it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. I'm going to ask you guys to stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from, because I love to get content and information from where you guys are. I don't just do it in New York. We go all over the world, you guys. That's how we do it. We get it in over here. And that's not all we do. We like to make sure that we know what time it is and what zone you're in, because it's not 6 o'clock everywhere, Boogotti. Some other places, it's other times. Also, I like to see those other flags right there. You know what those flags do? It makes me go look directly for that country. It pinpoint, let's see what's going on over there. Case in point, Africa. Case in point, England, London, places like that. I like to just go everywhere, not just to be in one place. This way we get the information for around the world. Also, you guys, I want you guys to know today we got a fantastic show lined up for you. Hope you all can stick around. Those who can't, hope you guys have a fantastic day for as much as you can take. It's time to get into it, you guys. I'm not even playing around. It's time to go. Monday morning, welcome. Thank you for another day, Lord. Let's get into these titles. Let's go. Let's get into these titles right here, guys. What do we have? Okay, Trump, deal or disaster? What really happened in the China summit? As you guys well know, President Trump and a host of other very important, let's just say, CEOs, administrators, went to a summit in China. They said that they got a lot accomplished, came back with a lot of information. Let's see if it helps us out on that main thing that we were talking about, capital T, tariffs. Yeah, let's keep on moving because we got much more in these titles. What else do we have? Iran and USA ceasefire. What is the present conditions? Because of course they went over to China, got all this other stuff going on. So does that overshadow what's going on in Iran? Because there's nothing stopped over there. Still got this situation with the Strait of Hormuz, where the ships are being stopped from moving around because of the blockade. Still doesn't seem to have any progress. We're going to see what happens going forward in these clips. And last but not least, what do we have? We've got Chris Van Hollen, who says that Kash Patel has weaponized the FBI. That's the same person that was saying that Kash Patel was hitting the sauce a little bit. Security and FBI people couldn't get in contact with him. You remember that report that we brought in last week? We've got more on that topic. Let's get into it, you guys. Trending topics, current events, and much, much more. Oh, also, big shout out to my friend 55 Lisa Coffee House. Hope you're in the building. Hope everything's going good for you guys as well. Yes, got to make sure that everybody's in the prayers today. Let's keep on moving, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. We got to get into some breaking news. We know how we do it in the morning. We try to get all of the updated information as possible. So what I'm going to do here, get all of the gaggle out the way. Whatever the president said on the way back when he landed, let's get all of that gaggle out the way. This way we know what's really going on and we hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's go. Let's get into it. Some information from the president as he was headed back from China, and he gives a shocking answer when asked about who would defend Taiwan if China attacked it, amongst a couple of other things as well. Good morning, everybody.
Sanctions on Chinese oil companies that buy Iranian oil. Well, we talked about that, and I'm going to make a decision.
Good morning, everybody.
Do you think she felt stronger in his dealings with you than he did the last time that you had relationship last time? Until COVID came along, I blamed them for that. I said it was Wuhan, and I was right. And look, that was the strain on everybody, COVID. And so it affected our relationship at the time. But we always had a great relationship before that and after that. And now it's as strong as ever. I mean, I went over to where he lives, which is something that rarely happens. Were you there? Yeah, it's beautiful. People have never seen it. It's amazing, actually. We had lunch. We have a great understanding. I think he feels it's a very positive thing to have these two nations getting along. Mr. President, on Taiwan again, you said you were going to check with the president of Taiwan. But the 1982 assurances that President Reagan made said so the United States would not consult with China on arms sales to Taiwan.
Good morning, everybody.
1980 is a long way. It was. That's a big far distance. No, I didn't say anything about it. But certainly, brought that up. He talked about that to me, obviously. So what am I going to do? Say I don't want to talk to you about it? Because I have an agreement that was signed in 1982.
But also there was something that he really rejected, that they're saying he rejected Xi's offer to help out when it comes down to Iran. They're saying that President Xi also offered to help out. You want us to step in? Maybe we can do something. And of course, President Trump says here details, but Trump rejects Xi's offer to step in with Iran. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let me get this audio down. That was pretty bad on the last one.
Billing. He rejected Xi's offer to help end the war in Iran and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. As the U.S. ambassador to China tells us, it's all part of Trump's plan to put America first.
Good morning.
It's very difficult to run independent of China. They're the second largest economy in the world, 1.4 billion people. But what President Trump is doing is trying to correct the malaise in the United States over the last 25 years, where we saw some of our strategic industries hollowed out by the Chinese. And it was an unlevel playing field that allowed that to happen. And that's why he's fighting right now to correct it.
Yeah, GOP Senator and U.S. Army combat veteran David McCormick sits on the Foreign Relations Committee.
Winston, you knocked it out the park. So we're not supposed to trust China, but our government can trust China? I'm confused. That is what we call a double standard, isn't it? That one is out of the park. Don't even think about going to catch that one outfield. If that was a grand slam, just take your hats off and wave your head. That's it. I mean, wave your hats like this. It's over. Let's keep on moving forward. I have nothing to say because that was that.
Committee, subcommittee chairman for the Middle East, obviously, and he joins us now.
I also have a problem with them coming over and doing business from here as well, due to the fact that they always say, well, what do you expect? We always SPY on each other all the time. Wait a minute, so that's okay now? Yeah, let's call that one out too before we get there, because we going there.
Senator, first, thanks for your service. Secondly, as we look at this Iran situation, you held some senior level positions in the Bush administration as far as the military and economy, so you understand how these things come together. The biggest sensitivity here is we don't want to lose our blood and treasure, to include gas prices, right? But we also want to see denuclearize Iran, and an Iran that can't fund proxies to, I don't know, the people that you and I fought for 20 years. You've seen two different Republican administrations handle this. The contrast, we don't have to, draw too much attention because they're obvious. What's your reflection on this, and are we going in the right direction now today?
Yeah, well, good morning. Thanks for having me. You know, I really think we're at a crossroads. There was phase one, which I think by any measure, the military operation was extraordinarily successful. I think somewhere between 85 and 90% of their missiles, drones, launchers, and manufacturing capabilities have been eliminated. But now the Iranians have a choice, and they can choose to give up the enriched uranium, give up any path to a nuclear weapon, and open up the strait, or they're going to have a choice where our military capability is going to be used against them. I honestly think President Trump would love for them to take the peaceful path. You know, this is Persian society is a great society. It's just been run by radicals for 50 years. But I think we're losing patience. The blockade is working. 90% of the revenue comes from oil. The blockade is putting additional pressure. But as you said in your introduction here, the Iranians can't be trusted. They're time and again deceiving, and so we'll have to see whether they're able to make the right choice or not. But there's no doubt.
Yeah, let's see what they're talking about when it comes down to that as well, because it's not as smooth as everybody thinks. Yeah, but we got a little bit more. Let me see something right here. Let's see. Yeah, I want to jump to this right here because the conversation that's coming from the Iranian leaders are much different from what everyone else is saying. It seems as if what they're saying is Iran is prepared after repeated threats from Trump about the WAR. They're basically saying we're prepared for all of this, whatever you guys want to do. And they actually said that the United States surrendered. Check out these words right here real quick. You guys check these words out.
As you all know, we are now in the state of ceasefire, although it's very shaky. But we are trying to keep it in order to give diplomacy a chance. So a diplomatic solution, a negotiated solution can be found. As a matter of fact, there is no military solution to anything related to Iran.
Says there is no military solution toward anything related to Iran. Notice that, right?
They have tested us times and again. We never bow to any pressure or threat. And we resist against any aggression, against any pressure. We also resist against any sanction. For more than 40 years, my country has been the target of, our people actually have been the target of brutal sanctions imposed by the United States against us. But it didn't change our determination. It didn't change our policies. The Iranian people only answer to the language of respect, as we did in the past. Anytime they approach us with the language of respect, offer diplomacy, offer negotiation, we have reciprocated the same language and we have answered positively to any diplomatic solution. Now, after 40 days of war, when the US became hopeless of achieving any goal in their aggression against Iran, they offered negotiation.
When the U.S. became hopeless against any aggression against Iran, they offered a resolution. That's not saying that they are looking like they're backing off or like they're losing. That doesn't sound like that to me.
We are interested in negotiation, but only if the other side is serious and is in line of real negotiations. We have no trust to Americans. This is a fact. And this is the main obstacle.
We have no trust for Americans, and this is the mind state, and the main obstacle, okay, in the way of any diplomatic effort.
In the way of any diplomatic effort.
So yeah, that was his words right there, you guys. So that's Iran retaliating back, talking back and responding instead of us hearing it from other people. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's keep on going over here. We got work to put in. Because I did tell you that Chris Van Hollen says that Cash Patel Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, was getting a little bit saucy, you know, but I don't really care about what he does in his personal time. You guys, let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. Hopefully, you guys will be receiving merchandise today because we started early. That's right, you guys. 6 and 6. I'm going to keep on reminding you, not sticks and stones. I said 6 and 6. 6 keychains, 6 decals. If we can reach that 500 like mark, also, we got those t-shirts that we're giving you guys. That's right. We're going to send out 1 t-shirt to each person as well. There we go right there. The big drip. It's got the QR code on it too. Nice and good for the summer. Let's go, you guys. Let's keep on going over here. See what Chris got to say about cash.
Do want to ask you about something that unfolded this week on Capitol Hill. This was your heated exchange with FBI Director Kash Patel. It was during a Senate hearing this week where the two of you sparred over reporting about Patel's alleged drinking habits. We have to stress that Patel has denied all of the allegations against him, but I do want to play a section from that hearing and get your reaction on the other side. Take a look.
So there have been no occasions during your tenure when FBI personnel were unable to promptly reach you?
Absolutely not. You can ask my entire workforce. They hear from me at every single hour of the day, as do these great gentlemen here, as do
Winter, that's why I play both sides of it. When you say stuff like you see, it seems like they're always trying to keep us confused, who to trust and what's going on, who's really to blame. That's why I try my best to find information from both sides. Also, happy Monday, y'all. Let's get those good vibes up. Let's get those gloves up. Let's get it going, you guys. We got the #1 morning show around. Come on, join today. Watch current news, trending topics, and the hot topics daily on Our Bottom Line. That's coming from liberty and justice. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. I want to rewind this a little bit back about that drinking.
Able to promptly reach you?
absolutely not. You can ask my entire workforce. They hear from me at every single hour of the day, as do these great gentlemen here, as do the men and women of the interagency and state and local law enforcement and the White House.
And so there have been no occasions when your security detail had difficulty waking or locating you, is that right?
Nope, it's a total farce. I don't even know where you get this stuff, but it doesn't make it credible because you say so.
Why do people say like he looked like he was hung over during this interview? It's not me, but I've been seeing it in the comments.
Do you believe that the FBI can function effectively with Director Patel in charge?
Oh, I don't, but it's not simply because of this issue. The fact that there's so many reports that indicate that his drinking has meant that he's incapacitated at many times. As I said, Kristen, I really don't care what he does on his free time, so long as he's not putting the public at risk, so long as he's not compromising his important mission as director of the FBI.
Thank you, Liberty.
But beyond this, we also have the fact that he has completely weaponized the FBI. He went after agents who were helped to investigate the January 6 rioters. More recently, he went after agents who were part of the investigation of Trump's taking classified materials to Mar-a-Lago. They didn't decide to do that. They were following their orders. And by the way, many of them were part of the counter-espionage unit with respect to Iran. So he fired them at the very moment we need them most when we have this conflict with Iran. So I think he needs to go for a whole host of reasons.
Well, Senator, you took the alcohol use disorders identification test. You challenged Director Patel to do the same. Do you have any indication that he's actually going to take that test, or do you think that that was a challenge that to some extent you did just to prove a point?
Well, he said in public testimony that he would do it. He's also under oath automatically in the sense that lying to Congress is a crime. So he said he's going to do it. My sense from Patel's conduct overall is he may or may not do it, but I unfortunately won't be able to believe the results because in that hearing, he did lie several times.
All right, let's keep on going, you guys. Let's double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. If you guys love the content that you're seeing right now, no, we can't see that right now, press. We're going to get up out of there. We had enough from you, believe it or not. Yeah, I did. I really, really did. We had enough for that. Let's keep on going forward, you guys, because we got more. I got a question for you guys. I see that Winter is not happy about those gas prices. A lot of people in the comments are talking about economics. I like to talk about that. I like to talk about the money. Why? It's the most realist thing that we all can understand and talk about, no matter what party we're part of. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I try not to call it out until after, but we've been doing it for so long, it's only fair. One time when we really can agree on something is when we're talking about gas prices. And another thing, I want to know what those grocery bills are like right now, you guys. Please do me that favor. I want to know what the last time you paid for 2 bags of groceries are. I'd like to know what a few of those items are as well. I really would appreciate that. For instance, I got some monk fruit yesterday with some bread. I also got some, let's see, I got some tea. I also got some falafel. No, what was that? A wheat bread. And I've got some, I think it was some hummus and probably just like another little item or something like that. Came out to about 38 or $40 for about 6 items. Stuff that would have probably been like $10 or 15 back in the day. That's what I want to know. Are your food prices going up? Is it more for you at the supermarket? Because they're talking about these beef prices are skyrocketing, you guys. They're skyrocketing. Let's keep on moving forward. Too high. $70 for 2 bags, says Audrey. Kroger is in West Virginia, cheap prices. Yeah, let people know what's up out there, you guys. Do me that favor. If you guys can help each other out and let each other know where the prices are better at, let's do that here as well as in our Discord. That's what our Discord is for as well.
Shifting gears right now to a story that actually might be impacting you. You know, summer's around the corner. You might be getting ready to grill out. But if you visited the meat counter recently, you might be feeling that sticker shock. Take a look at this X post there on your screen coming from Maya Ward saying new as ground beef nears $7 a pound. The White House must decide how to proceed with an EO that was shelved earlier this week. Officials have discussed making changes to water down the initial version and limit impacts on ranchers. Those beef prices have surged a staggering 21%, leaving everyday consumers like you and me frustrated and Washington scrambling for a fix ahead of the midterms. But the forces driving this crisis, of course, go far beyond inflation, spanning from severe weather, industry consolidation.
Look at that. Somebody, look at that one says, yo, who got the plug on the beef? That's that dude that was going inside what was that? What food smart mart was that, you guys? We watched the other day where it was a guy going inside of the supermarket and just taking beef and like stealing steaks and stuff like that. That's probably what the lick is right now. Somebody's like, yo, who got the lick on the beef?
Consolidation.
Food lion.
Trade battles and a contentious
Food lion.
over the farm bill. Joining us to break down the complex collision between your grocery bill and Capitol Hill is Politico's food and agriculture.
July the 4th is coming around, you guys. You guys are going to want to start doing some grilling. So I need you guys to understand these prices are going to just keep going up if these gas prices keep going up.
Culture reporter Grace Yarrow. Grace, thanks so much for joining us here on Live from Fox. Yeah, thanks for having me. Let's start with the root of the problem. While trade policies and executive orders are making those headlines, the underlying agricultural realities driving this price hike are incredibly complex. So for the average consumer who's looking at the grocery bill, how much of this surge is driven by maybe long-term structural?
You know how much money is on that grill right there? This grill right here, that's got to be at least about, how much you guys think that is right there in ribs? I'm going to say about $400 right there in ribs, I think, if you're trying to buy that. About $450. Maybe that's high, but that's what I'm thinking. Especially if it's beef.
Issues like multi-year droughts or cattle herd liquidation, maybe versus that short-term market or supply chain bottlenecks. Yeah, so
Somebody said, I'm going back to Germany. Who else there? Sister Swans, I miss you. 300. I'm going to buy a cow, some chickens and goats and move back to PR. I'm going to start growing my own food. A quarter chicken and sausage on my grill on the 4th. Man, but back 1/4 leg of chickens. Okay. Okay. And sausages on my grill at the 4th. Pay attention to the shelves. Food is getting scarce. Look at that. There you go. I need some EBT already. For real, for real. Yeah, but pork is cheaper and it's not good for you. So ugh, look at that. It's like pork ribs is so $2.99 a pound. Yeah, but ugh, I don't know. I don't even eat beef or pork, but I don't recommend either.
As you mentioned, there's a lot to unpack here. So when I talk to ranchers, a lot of them talk about the fact that this is a really, really deep-rooted issue and not so simple to solve as much as the president or those in charge who are hoping to bring those costs down would love to. It's just there's a lot to unpack. So I would say, first of all, as you mentioned, there are a lot of weather concerns that have impacted ranchers and cattle producers in recent decades. A lot of that has to do with drought. Water shortages really hurt the ability to make a profit from raising cattle. Another thing I would mention is just over time, looking at the data, we're in a decades high, I think it's a 75-year high, a record low, really, cattle herd size. So in terms of supply, there's just a lower herd size. That being said, like the beef industry folks I talk to try to emphasize that there's not necessarily a shortage of beef, but because everybody is buying so much beef, there is a real focus on protein right now. We saw in the most recent dietary guidelines.
Especially when you got those people from My 600-Pound Life that's like, give me a whole side of ribs.
The Trump administration is focusing on promoting folks eating more protein from real sources like beef. And consumers will continue to pay for that. At a certain point, they might stop as we're continuing to see this.
Or they can just all go vegan, you know, get the fake burgers and stuff like that, you know, and go get the impossible stuff, you know. Eat vegan. You guys, you know, try that out. Eat some lentils and other stuff. Nah, let me stop, because you guys gonna be like, yo, Boogotti, stop trying to be slick. You vegan, so you trying to get us to do that too. I really am, because if you really love the animals, I don't think you'd be eating cow, but I'm not even gonna go there. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going, you guys. Somebody says, hold up, did I just see fried chicken on a barbecue grill? I don't know how black folk do it, but I did see that. I did see that. How the HNIC did they get barbecue? I mean, did they get fried chicken to work on a barbecue grill? Or were they just warming it up? I don't know. Let's keep on going forward, you guys, because I'm having a fantastic morning. This is a beautiful Monday for me. And if you guys are appreciating the content and the show that we're putting together this morning on Our Bottom Line, #1 co-host, #1 family, and you know how I do it. You already know, the #1 host here on YouTube. No matter what they try, we're going to keep on showing up and keep on doing what we do every single day. Let's go ahead and subscribe to this show. I really would appreciate that. Trying to get up to 80,000 subscribers, and then over to 100, and then right to the mill, because we're not even playing with that. We're gonna go from 100,000 straight to 1,000,000. That's how we going over here, you guys. So what I want you guys to do is show some love to the show. Even if you don't want to get the merch, you know, too bad if we don't make it to 500 today, but I'm not gonna say that, because I think you guys have the potential to put it together. Let's work with the numbers we have to draw the other people in. Let's hit that like button. It brings more people in to know about our show, what we got going on. And if you really want to spread the word, hit that share, copy, paste, put it on your Facebook and let everybody else know about Our Bottom Line. We got to get on over here to JD Vance, the vice president. He says anti-fraud force is looking into possible Gavin Newsom and Tim Walz. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about them actually looking into these individuals and seeing if they have something to do with allowing the fraud?
You said that administrators they don't care or that they're neglectful with the funding, but does your team think that there are bureaucrats in federal or state governments who are actually complicit in helping fraudsters?
Well, we think it's possible, right? I don't want to prejudge these things, but we've certainly seen reports of, for example, Gavin Newsom in California or Tim Walz in Minnesota getting these reports that there were fraudulent activities happening in their states and then looking the other way. Whether that rises to the level of criminal conduct, I don't know. We're certainly looking into it because as much as we care about protecting these programs, we also care about ensuring that federal and state officers aren't violating the law. And if they are violating law, then of course we have to prosecute them. That's an important part of equal justice under law. So we're looking into this stuff, but I can't commit to it because unlike the last administration, we tend to only prosecute people when they've actually violated the law, not just because they have the wrong political affiliation. Yeah, go ahead.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think that they need to be prosecuted if there's anything found? Do you think that they need to give money back if it was donated to their campaigns? I need to know what you guys are thinking because I would love to read it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. If they were found to have something to do with it, should they be prosecuted or should they be found a way to get them out of office? Or do you feel like they should have to give the money back if they're found to be guilty of receiving those stolen fraud funds? I will let you know. I will read your comments. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get over and stay over in Washington because we got some outrage. The Democrats are melting down over the Supreme Court's redistricting ruling. What do you guys think about it? I know for a fact that we have Republicans, we have Democrats, we have liberals, as well as conservatives in our chat and in our family. I want to know what you guys think about this topic. What do you think about the lines that were attempted to be drawn? What do you think about, is it fair? Is it unfair? Let's get some conversation going over here. Let's keep on. Refund or fraud, says 55 Coffee House Lisa Roy. She thinks that if they're found with monetary gains, they need to pay it back. Let's go, you guys. If anything, worst case scenario, if not time, sir, time to go in, they should definitely have to give that money back. Let's go.
A full-on meltdown. Joining thousands marching into Alabama after the push to redraw voting maps just didn't go their way.
We are here because a white supremacist dictator known as President Donald Trump thought he could silence us. They thought they could stop a movement.
I like your comments. I pay the money back, says Amanda. Joe BX says talk in text is not working well. It's normal. What else you got? If it was on you and me, would be able to be made paid back and charged to change the fraud. We got 50 lashes. Let's go get those likes up, fam. Show Boogotti some love. Joe BX, I hear you. What else? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's keep on working. This man is always a real snappy dresser. Yeah, we got to get that working. We got to come prepared for the show every morning. You never know. Might be the last one. So you got to be on point all the time. You got to stay on point, you guys, and never, well, I can't say that because it's kind of hot in here. See you sweat, but sometimes you got to let them see you sweat. Let's go.
You can rig a map, but you can't rig a movement. They're afraid of us coming together. They're afraid of us protecting one another. We have seen this before, where some people in black robes try to deny or take away our rights.
Yeah, about that. Fox News contributor and former Congressman Jason Chaffetz joining us now.
Not really happy about the situation, as you guys can see. A lot of people are not happy about the redistricting, the lines drawn, the maps. What do you guys think about this? Let me know what you guys think about the maps. Do you even care? Is it affecting you? Do you think it means anything? I'd like to know. Let's keep on going forward because we got an interview, believe it or not, directly from James Comey and talking about Todd Blanche and the Trump administration's indictment. There's a full interview with James Comey. I got to tell you guys, I find it kind of interesting. Why? Because I never heard from him directly myself. You guys have probably saw interviews and things. I've definitely seen him giving testimony when it comes to before court, but I've never actually saw him like a regular interview. So that's what I wanted to see and what's going on when it comes down to him and what he really thought about what's going on with the indictments that just came in against him. So let's get on over there and see what James Comey, not Comer, James Comey has to say about the 8647 seashell.
Welcome back, and joining me now is former FBI Director James Comey, author of the new novel Red Verdict.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome back to Meet the Press.
Great to be with you.
Great to have you here. Congratulations on your novel. We'll talk about it in just a moment. I do want to start with this extraordinary moment in which you find yourself, you're facing a second indictment by the Trump administration.
Do you think they have them this time, you guys, or do you think that they're grabbing for straws? I got to know that. I need to know because if you really think about this, these are numbers. You know, never know what they're really talking about. I want to know if you guys are taking this like, oh boy, you're trying to do anything right now just to get this guy. I really want to know. Do you guys think that they have something that merits going forward in trial for the numbers? You guys know what I'm talking about? Or do you think it's a waste of time? If it merits going to court and you guys think there's something there against James Comey, let's go ahead and get those thumbs up. If you don't think it merits anything and it's a waste of time as well as money, go ahead and get those thumbs down. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that 47 numbers. I want to know what you guys think about that. I have my own feelings. I just think it's like, really? They're reaching for that? I'm not sure.
Trial in just a few weeks.
Okay, Audrey says yes. Brian says yes.
The case, but I want to ask you a big picture question. The charges against you stem from this Instagram post of seashells that spelled out 8647. You see it right there. The indictment says it was, quote, a serious expression of an intent to do harm to the President of the United States. Has being under this microscope changed?
I'm glad you said that, Scooter, because you made me think of something just by letting me read what you said, brother. I appreciate that. He says, I don't even know what to think now, Boogotti. They have so many smoke and mirrors going on right now. You know what? You know what? In that case, you know what? Because of the person he is and because of the power he has, yeah, you guys are right. You guys are right. You don't have to say so much when it's a message or a tweet or when it's the next tweet, right? Guess you're right about that.
The way you live your life, Director Comey.
It's made me want to spend more time as a grandfather.
Okay, Winter.
Swing and not talking to also people like yourself, but it hasn't changed how I see the world or my life.
Well, I interviewed the acting attorney general, Todd Blanche, earlier this month, and he said, quote, this is not just about a single Instagram post. This is about a body of evidence that the grand jury collected over the series of about 11 months. Do you know what he's talking about? Evidence over
Tony says he's a crook, he's a liar, and his pants are probably on fire.
the series of 11 months?
Yeah, I saw that. As you said a few minutes ago, I don't talk about the case because the federal court rules require you not. I would urge the acting attorney general to bone up on the rules.
So, but do you know what he's talking about with?
I don't want to comment on it because then someone would say I'm commenting on the case. He ought not to be talking about it. I can't talk about it. That's why we have a judicial process in a courtroom.
Fair enough. In an interview with Stephen Colbert last year, you did address what you were thinking when you and your wife were walking on the beach. You said you saw the shells in the sand. I want to just play a little bit of what you told Stephen.
Uh-oh. Let's go to
And
this.
said, why'd someone put their address in the sand?
All right.
And then we stood at it looked at it, trying to figure out what it was. And she'd long been a server in restaurants. And she said, you know what I think it is?
Yeah.
I think it's a reference to restaurants when you're 86 something in a restaurant.
Right. Off the menu.
Yeah. I said, no, I remember when I was a kid, you'd say 86 to get out of the place. This place stinks, let's 86 it. And so I said, I think it's a clever political message. And she said, you should take a picture of it. I said, sure. And then she said, you should Instagram that. And boom.
Just big picture, Director Comey, what do you say to those who would argue the former director of the FBI shouldn't be putting political posts on Instagram?
So he basically got a writer like, yo, I need you to swing this for me. Give me some PR on this. Give me a good story to put this together with. Because my wife cannot be the one that's brought against me when it comes down to court. She can't be brought in court. Anybody think about that part? Let's keep on moving forward. And we have a fantastic show going on, like I kind of figured this morning, like we always do. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up, you guys, because today I'm feeling generous. I want to give away 6 keychains from Our Bottom Line. I'd also like to give away 6 decals. If we can get those numbers up to 500 or better, you guys will be receiving 6 keychains and 6 decals. That's right, you guys. Also, one person, either male or female. If we get to that achievement, the same person is going to receive, boom, one of our big drip, hard punch, detail decal t-shirts. Look at that. Look at that t-shirt right there. You guys, it's summertime out there. We got to get that t-shirt stash up. I don't care what you do to it. Rip it. Make it smaller. Make it look like it's, I don't know. Do whatever you want to do to it. But we got t-shirts over here. We got merch coming out. We show our love to you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Also, when you go ahead and hit that notification bell, make sure that you hit all. This way you know when we're on. Also, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Last thing I'm gonna say is, give me all the money in your pockets. No, I'm just kidding, you guys. That's my snap it to a Slim Jim. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not even gonna try to hit your pockets because I know it's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get the money for. So what I'm gonna say to you is we'll take it in the form of likes. If you don't got it, we understand. But double tap that screen, that gets the likes up and it gets more people over here. Let's go, you guys. Let's see what's going on with this situation because the Democrats are declaring a new phase in the Epstein files. This is a story with key testimonies and it's coming soon. There's probably going to be a lot more than we can carry on in one episode. If so, we'll be bringing it back to you in its entirety. But over here, I promise you guys since day one, if I find any Epstein information, if I can go dig deeper as far as I can to keep the ball rolling, we promise to do that. And we've been able to achieve that. When they weren't pushing it, we were on it. When they slowed down, we were on it. And now that they're slowing down even more, we're on it. Thank you so much, Shannon. We appreciate you for the memberships. You guys get those memberships.
A new phase of the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. That is what House Oversight Committee Democrats say they are launching following a hearing this week with Epstein survivors and their families in Palm Beach, Florida, not far from Epstein's former home where he sexually abused girls.
You guys have to figure out how to make justice, not me. And you can't give me justice. You keep on saying this is the worst case in the United States, but it's not. It's the worst case in the world. This never happened to me in other places, and I traveled as a model all over the world.
Jeffrey Epstein destroyed so many of our lives, and Ghislaine Maxwell helped him do it. I was trafficked to Jeffrey. I had two recruiters. One was a late teen, and the other was only 15 years old, just trying to escape her own abuse.
Joining me now, Virginia Congressman Suha Subramaniam. He serves on the Oversight, Science, and Ethics Committees. Look, all
Thank you, Shannon.
watched you along with me as those women were testifying. We're shaking our head, almost in disbelief that we're dealing with this. But you have this hearing, which is the first time some of these survivors, particularly that first one, Rosa, have come forward. What new did you learn from their testimony?
One, for me personally, I think many of the other committee members, it reminded us of why this investigation is so important. One, because Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, really just ruined the lives of so many girls in Palm Beach and across the world. Palm Beach is where it started, which is why we had that hearing. But the damage that it did, and second, how the government, whether it's law enforcement or the justice system, like over and over again, they disappointed and undermined these survivors when they tried to share their stories, when they tried to name names. They were almost on the side of perpetrators at times. And so it reminded us why we're doing this investigation, why people don't trust government, and why we need to continue pushing forward.
Ranking Member Robert Garcia released a new report claiming the non-prosecution agreement negotiated by former Florida U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta. That's what allowed Epstein to, quote, continue and expand his trafficking operation.
True.
So what is in this report that the public
This one here.
seen before?
Why are they not talking about him as much as they should? What's up with Alex Acosta with that, what you call the sweetheart deal? How come nobody coming and trying to bring him before Congress and ask him a whole bunch of questions? Why did you give Jeffrey Epstein such a sweetheart deal? Where these women are saying while he was under that sweetheart deal, he was able to harm them. Yeah, what's up with him getting questioned?
Interviewed Alex Acosta as well, and he blamed everyone else but himself. But the reality is, there's people like Alex Acosta who made Jeffrey Epstein, gave him the ability to continue his crimes. And we're interviewing other people too who are involved in Epstein's enterprises or who are in the Epstein files. And we're going to continue this investigation. The Republicans have shut down the Oversight Committee. They won't let us have official hearings anymore because they're afraid we'll try to subpoena more Epstein-related witnesses. And they're also trying to shut down the investigation altogether, saying that there's nothing to see here. And so is the DOJ as well. So, we are trying to shine light on everything that is out there and put up reports to the people about what we've heard from the witnesses.
What's crazy is his businesses are still intact after supposedly he's not even alive anymore. And they're still functioning. People still making money off of them. It's crazy. I understand like the Tupac estate, Biggie Smalls estate, Elvis and all of that. But come on, the Jeffrey Epstein estate, they should have. That should have been just expunged and out of there. For real, you guys? So what business is still run out of there? Who's still associated? Who's the business partners? Who's maintaining? How they still got all that dough going in there? Yeah, those accountants not working for free. Let's keep on going, you guys.
Yeah, clearly, this is not deterring Democrats because that report is the first of many that oversight Democrats say they will release as part of a new phase in the Epstein investigation. So what can we expect in this new phase, new stage of the probe?
Well, we're talking to people who are very close with Jeffrey Epstein, and so we're also talking to the prison guard who was looking after Epstein when he, committed suicide. Some people have questions about whether that was a suicide or how he was able to commit suicide under those circumstances, given that he was under essentially a suicide watch. And then we have people like Bill.
He was able to commit suicide while he was on the suicide watch. Oh, very interesting, you guys. And then the videotape thing didn't work. You notice how they don't bring up the video anymore? Oh yeah, well, at this certain time, the video glitches, and it always happened like that every day. And they don't even bring that up anymore. They have nothing to say about that anymore. And did you guys see that little pinhole that they said that he used to actually do it? That remind me of that episode of The Wire when they said that old boy did it to himself. When they know that that guy came in there and did it and put the belt around his neck. Come on, man, we're not stupid. You can play like you're dumb. How you gonna Hills nang yourself on the doorknob? Are you stupid? Your own response is to save yourself would get you up off that floor or make that stop. Come on, man. Y'all got to be smarter than this. Oh, and they went in there and they took out an Audi. Oh, they sure did. How you guys know it wasn't a double? Or one of them people that ran in there wasn't the one that they switched up and had to do what he had to do. It could be anything, you guys. They could stage it in plain sight to make it really look like something is not what it is. That's the best way to get over on people.
Gates coming in to answer questions that the American people have on why they were involved, how they were involved too. And so we are going to continue to push for answers, and we're going to continue to push for the release of the 2.5 million files. Many of the survivors have brought up themselves as being problematic. They were looking for files themselves with their own statements. And so we're going to keep pushing for this investigation, and we're not going to wait until we're the majority in Congress to get some answers.
Yeah, because now the survivors they're not even playing anymore because y'all done put their information out when they didn't even want their information out. One lady said that she was, first it was redacted as a Jane Doe. Next thing you know, she woke up the next morning. You guys heard what she said. It was over 500 mentions in the Epstein files. But you know who they do protect, which is sad? They're protecting the men, the powerful men, by redacting their names. But the victims, all of a sudden, their names are appearing. That's not fair. Let's keep on going forward, you guys. Let's go.
Everybody's hanging out and they started joking about this guy, Jeff, how he was a weird old guy and he liked massages. The girl that house it was, she was like, oh, well, if you guys want to make money, he'll pay you $200 to give him a massage. We were like, okay. We start driving and we get over to the island. When I went upstairs with the girl, she leaves and he ends up coming in with just a towel on. He lays down onto the table on his stomach like a normal massage. And once he turns over, he takes his towel completely off and the whole situation like switches. His whole demeanor changes too. From when he walked into the room and laid down to when he flips over, it's almost sound like the mask turns on. He knows that you're scared and like you're just doing it because you know you have to. I like completely lose it. And the girl that brought us there literally looks at me and she goes, shut the fuck up. You just made $200. And she threw $200 at me. Everybody's hanging out.
Whoa. 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 Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. You guys ain't hear that nowhere else but you know where. It ain't my fault. It ain't my fault. Did I do that? Let's get on over here to see what's going on with somebody that's always doing this most of the time. And he got that brown streak that come up right here. Not the avatar, because you know the avatar streak starts right here with the arrow. No, this is a brown doodle streak right here. His name is Howard Lutnick. People are saying that he should resign. House Democrats are alleging that he lied about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. What do you guys think about that? Let's keep on going. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up because we're only telling the truth as we know it.
Democrats are now demanding that Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick resign after his closed-door testimony about his relationship with the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Democrats allege that Lutnick lied about his ties to Epstein, his former neighbor. He had previously claimed that he had not been in touch with Epstein after 2005, but the DOJ's release of Epstein-related files showed 3 occasions where the two men were together. Lutnick said his conflicting statements weren't intentional and his interactions with Epstein were virtually non-existent. Joining us now, Virginia Congressman Suha Subramaniam, who serves on the Oversight Committee. Congressman, you were in that room during Lutnick's testimony. What stood out to you?
Well, first, it's amazing that the Republicans didn't want to even videotape it, but now we know why. It's because Lutnick was dishonest with us and evasive.
Wait a minute. Jordan said $200 is throwaway money. Angels Among Us says, Jordan, throw it my way. I hear you, angels. Throw it our way, right, Jordan? He means to them. I'm sure that's what he means.
With us once again, as he was with the American people. And we asked him point blank, you said you were never in the room with him again after the first time you met him, but we have pictures of you on his island with him. What is the reasoning for that, for why you said that? It would have been the easiest thing in the world to admit that he was dishonest, or maybe he didn't remember, but instead he doubled down. He said, well, I was in the room with him again with my wife, so that doesn't count as being in the room with him. And that just makes no sense to us. And I asked him, why did you go to his island? And he says he doesn't remember why he would travel all the way to Jeffrey Epstein's island. And he is confounded by the fact that he was even there. And he said Jeffrey Epstein was a disgusting person. And yet he brought his wife and kids with him to that island where it's so much sex trafficking.
You want me to take it all the way there? Then let's go all the way there. They also said that some stuff happened around with allegedly Princess Eugenia and them and Epstein and what's her name, Fergie tried to set up with the, what I'm saying. And then before that, we had some situations where they was talking about the Hiltons and the father, and then there was some other people. See what I'm saying, you guys? If I really wanted to boom, boom, and really start going there and throwing names like that, that's why it's not good to say, hey, well, we brought our kids. When you normally say that, we would think, whatever happened to delectability? The newsman, the milkman, the paperboy. You would think about the clean sort of talking when you bring up family. But we know different in this situation over here. We know that that's what Epstein liked. And we don't know if the family members and the parents were R. Kelly parent-like. R. Kelly victims parent like, if you know what I'm talking about over here. You never know what it's going to take for some people to keep things on a down low, down low. Exactly. So if you really want to go there, don't say, well, I brought my kids and this and that, because we're going to think further into it versus whatever happened to the, we're going to think the other way. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go.
Trafficking happened, so many heinous crimes happen. And so it's dishonest to the American people, and he should resign.
We also should note that he has not been charged with a crime, but I know the Democrats have promised more reports to the in this investigation. You're set to hear from former AG Pam Bondi later this month. What do you want to hear from her, and where does the investigation go next?
Dustin?
I asked one of the Epstein survivors what they wanted us to ask Pam Bondi, and the answer was, why are you hiding these things? What do they have on you to where you have to withhold the release of millions of files and protect sex traffickers?
So that's the question that all of the Epstein files victims basically have for him to ask Pam Bondi.
What's going on? What is the deal? And so we're going to ask her that question. And we're also going to ask her what changed from when she had.
Lawrence, you got it. He is probably one of them, but I don't want to assume. What else? Like girlfriends say, oh, don't worry. He's just a friend. He's married. Oh, baby, you got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. Exactly. Hold on a minute. I brought my kids was definitely an attempt to cover / minimize. Thank you so much. Let's go there, you guys. Let's go there. Whatever. How about, we're going to have the kids go outside and play while we do it. Exactly. Let the nanny take care of the kids if you really want to go there. Come on now.
A client list on her desk and was ready to release all the files to actually violating the law and violating congressional subpoenas, asking for the reason of the files. So there's a lot to ask Pam Bondi. She has a lot of answers. It doesn't matter that she's not AG anymore. She needs to testify to Congress as to why she did that, and that should be videotaped too.
Oh, they want to videotape it and put her under oath. Let's see what her lawyers attempt to do, and she can squirm herself out of the situation, you guys. If you're appreciating the content that we got going on this morning, let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Also, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We got more. We got Democrats that took to the streets saying, shut it down. And they also called for Hakeem Jeffries. He's saying, they're saying when the Democrats get back into power, it's going to be a difference. It's going to be a lot of changes, you guys. What do you think? What do you think it's going to be if the Democrats get back into power? If you Democrats get back into power, I'd like to know what you want to change. Democrats, please, I would really appreciate it. What do you see now that are problems that are persisting that you would like to see change? I'd like to know because we may agree. We may agree. Republicans, independents, everybody. I want to know what you want to see changed. That's right, conservatives, you too. Let's go. Let's go.
In the aftermath of the Supreme Court ruling that dealt a crushing blow to the 1965 Voting Rights Act, Americans took to the streets across the country. Organizers say thousands gathered yesterday in Selma and Montgomery, Alabama, to protest gerrymandering and the erosion of Black political power while honoring the historic 1965 civil rights marches that made the Voting Rights Act possible. Listen to what some of the protesters had to say as Republicans in southern states intensify efforts to redraw congressional maps in their favor before the midterms.
The thing that got me the other day was my aunt participated as a foot soldier, said, and she was in pain. And she said, why in the world do they hate her so much? Because she participated in all the marches. And it just sort of hurt my heart to hear her say that at 92 years old.
There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of hope. And our people have strong resolve. After 400 years of slavery, they still said, you know what, guys, we'll be getting out of this. So in the same vein, we'll be getting out of this. This is not the way things are, not the way they will always be.
I like her optimism. David Booker and Don Calloway are back with us. Don.
Okay, you guys, what do you guys think? Do you think that they're going to be able to change things in the House? What would be the changes that you guys are looking forward to? I really want to know what you guys are thinking. And I don't think just one party, because I'm thinking that everybody has an idea for change, and it shouldn't be just like party based. I think it should be human being based. What do you guys think should be changes? We got a couple of comments here that I definitely already noticed. Want to see people on the island get their island back from Oprah Winfrey. Ooh. Okay. Somebody said that was a good one right there too. What else we got over here? The old Democrats are gone. And I'm not talking about the ones because they're still alive, but the ones of the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Okay. Principles, facts, and also Zuckerberg. Okay, freedom of righteousness. Also, this is a safe environment. Being creative US. Wait a minute, that chick is showing. What else you got over here? Okay. Okay, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. One person says, Angry, how you doing, Angry? Angry says, I just want peace and happiness and people to live how they want to and no WARs. I'm with you on that, Angry. Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen. Get those likes up, you guys. I'm trying to give that merch out this morning. You guys see I'm sweating for it. I'm working. Let's see. I know it's not that many people here, but if you hit that like button, more people will come. 6 decals right there and 6 keychains, you guys. If we can get over the 500, let's try to get over that mark. Also, we've got the t-shirts coming out right now as well, you guys. We're trying to look out and make sure you guys are cooling, not being all hot out there the way that I am right now. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now they're saying that the Democrats took to the streets. But wait a minute. Matter of fact, I apologize about that. We got to get over to another situation. Is this the one? Yeah, unprecedented level. A former DHS advisor warns of error threats for the United States inside of America. You guys, you see a lot of people getting locked up and they're getting sent back. Watch your head, whatever country that that they're from. Could be various reasons why they're doing this. But what I'm trying to explain to you right now is let's see what's happening right now, because there's an unprecedented level of people that are actually warning about what's happening. The people that are already here in our country. Should we be worried about sleepers? Should we be worried about, let's see what's going on with this topic here, you guys.
Thanks, John. For more on this, let's bring in former Department of Homeland Security Advisor Charles Marino. Charles,
Jordan, thank you.
a story like this makes a lot of Americans nervous when they hear about what was planned for some of these major cities.
Well, not only what was planned here in the US, John, and what's occurred in Europe, but also who they thought they were coordinating with, which I think demonstrates the right decision by the Trump administration to designate the Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
Jordan is now graduated to the next level by being here 4 months. Automatic merch, automatic decal. You know what that means, you guys? Jordan now can get the Our Bottom Line screensaver that you guys have probably never seen before. Yes, you guys see it here on my screen, but that's the next thing that you get when you get to the next level. You get your own personalized Our Bottom Line screensaver. Yeah, we got those too. Go check out the website. I know you guys got to do a little bit of moving around, but you'll find them. Thank you so much, Jordan, for always supporting the show. If you don't have your decals, if you don't have your keychain, you got to reach out to me because we got to get them over to you express. Also, t-shirts. We got you on the t-shirt as well. Thank you for supporting the show so much for 4 months, Jordan. Thank you so much. Let's keep moving forward. After 4 months, we show you guys some love. We're not cheap over here. Yeah.
There was obviously a comfort level to reach out to an individual that they thought was a cartel member. So the bigger question is, has this been done before? We know that the cartels worked with all sorts of countries in terms of granting access across the southern border into the United States, and many of those were suspected terrorists from special interest locations. But
so were they contacting these guys in order to do dirt? Sounds like something that they probably would do, huh? Especially since they know they'll take money to do almost anything. So you got these type of people working with the cartel. Wow, good thing that they got this nipped in the bud.
Trump administration has demonstrated, while this threat was tied to the conflict in Iran, that it's paying greater attention to the diversity of threats that we're facing as a country, which is at an unprecedented level. We just saw the number 2 of ISIS taken out in Africa through a joint US-Nigerian operation. We just saw a senior leader of Trinidad Aragua extradited to the US from the country of Colombia. So they know they need to maintain this wide aperture based on the numerous threats and the diversity of those threats that we're facing as a country.
That's why I'm nervous about China doing a lot of business here, because they could send people over here under the form of like they're actually doing business when they're actually. Exactly, because some of them countries just can't help it. Oh man, they just can't click. Let me get that. Oh, let me stick something on that. Oh, let me try to duplicate that. Let's replicate that. And those are some of the worst ones right there, you guys. And you know what our president says? Hey, we do it to each other. One thing I don't agree on, just got to keep it real funky with you guys when I say that. Let's keep on moving forward, because now we got the Virginia governor, Abigail Spanberger, who loses the fight with the Supreme Court, saying that the redrawing was unconstitutional and for her party's redistricting. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We're talking about this redistricting, all of these maps that they tried to redraw.
The Supreme Court has dealt a blow to Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger and her party's redistricting effort. The justices denied Democrats' emergency request to block a ruling by Virginia's High Court. It found that the effort to push through a new congressional map is unconstitutional, despite the fact that voters supported the measure. The contested map would have given Democrats in the state a 10-to-1 advantage in congressional districts. The current map shows a more even split with 6 Democrat and 5 Republican districts. Well, failed presidential candidate Kamala Harris
Double up.
a possible playbook for Democrats should they regain power in the midterms. She's calling for a, quote, no bad ideas brainstorm and a radical agenda. Listen.
Let's engage in a good old fashioned round table where we agree there are no bad ideas. And let's She said, let's agree that there's no bad ideas. If you come up with something, that's not a bad idea. Let's get Megan Thee Stallion $20,000 to do your next promo. That's not a bad idea. Let's get Cardi B to go out there and say that, she ain't even get paid for none of this. Let's get Oprah to say the next thing you know, yeah, y'all already know how that works. You still gonna try to take advice from this one here? Come on now. Let's invite then approaches and ideas that are about, for example, Supreme Court reform, including the notion of expanding the court. You know what? I'm just gonna say this to you, Kamala, because everybody's saying it. Cheers up to you, Kamala, because that slur that she just sound like she just had a little too much vodka to drink. I gotta bring it back for you guys real quick. If you ain't catch that slur right there. I agree there are no bad ideas. And let's invite then approaches and ideas that are about, for example, Supreme Court reform, including the notion of expanding the court. Let's invite a discussion about how do we, and if so, how do we push for statehood for Puerto Rico and DC? How we do it? How are we thinking about the electoral college? But, frankly, we've got to neutralize this red state cheating. Now, she remind me of my godmother, Hattie. That's the one that I told you guys about from back in the 80s. Let me say something. I was around some of the most purest, beautiful black women in my life. Let me tell you about my godmother, Hattie. She used to drink. Matter of fact, she wasn't my godmother. I adopted her. She was my brother's godmother, and I loved her so much, I made her my godmother. Let me tell you what she did. Okay, here we go. She'd take that mineral oil. I'd be like, why is she drinking that, Ma? They'd be like, ooh, Hattie about to go out tonight. Hattie getting the stomach ready. Okay. And her drink of choice was what? Seagram's gin. So she'd be out there tossing it back. We'd be like, how is she able to drink so much? We knew her secret, but it was all good. Long story short, right? She would get real ripped sometimes. I'm talking about real ripped. I'm talking about ripped. You guys know anything about the 80s and the early 90s, around Columbus Avenue in New York, Amsterdam Avenue, all along Central Park West, there were a lot of actors and actresses from different television shows like As the World Turns, All My Children, and things like that. Erica Kane Cosmetics. How the hell do I know about this stuff? I don't know. Long story short, what she would do is she'd get so saucy. And she'd be outside in front of the building and she see one of them and she would talk to them like they was in character. I don't like the way you treating Laura, Luke. What's wrong with you? He be looking at her and she's so lovable. They actually cool with her. They actually play along with her. Well, Hattie, we got a situation with, and you be looking at them like, yo, they really going in character for Hattie. Goes to show you how people are once they get to be who they are. If they're a good person and they're nice, you never know who you run into. But my godmother, Hattie, I want to give you a big shout out. If you guys have older people in your life that used to get a little saucy, like come out and dance to Marvin Gaye and all of that while you in the room, you got your Fruit of the Looms on or your little diapers and they out there at nighttime doing their party thing and you at the door like listening. You know who I'm talking, you know what I'm talking about. This is what Kamala reminds me of because she looks so much like my godmother Hattie. I swear if I had a picture, the only thing she's missing is the glasses and the smile like this after she gets saucy. But she reminds me so much. And the slurring is just so on point. Something that you can't get rid of when you get saucy a lot. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And rest in peace to my godmother Hattie. We love you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, godmother Hattie.
Well, let's bring
Now, you guys are not going to be able to get that out your head. I'm telling you now. Anytime you see Kamala Harris, you're going to be thinking about Bugatti's godmother, Hattie. That's right, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward because we got to get on over to Cuba and see what's going on. Did we do that already? As our blackouts worsen and we got these protests that are growing in Havana, possibly help from the Trump administration. What's going on with Cuba, you guys? I think it's time for them to get some type of reform and some help. The police cars are coming through. They throwing bricks. They throwing metal pipes. They getting at the police out there. I would not want to be a police officer in Cuba right now. Watch this, you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Oh yeah, we still working. We still working over here.
John, thank you. Right now, growing anticipation in Miami's Cuban community over what comes next
for Cuba, many hoping for the U.S. military intervention.
And many tell us it feels like it's coming soon following the news of a potential indictment against Raul Castro. Local 10's Hannah Yashidi joins us live from Little Havana with more from our local community. Hannah. Good morning. Many Cubans came together last night to celebrate their culture, their traditions, heritage, and faith at an event called Cuban Nostalgia. A lot of the people we spoke to yesterday telling us they are keeping a close eye at what's happening in Cuba. The situation in Cuba continues to deteriorate, with power blackouts worsening on the island. And the Cuban government says it's run out of oil because of a U.S. blockade. The crisis now sparking some of the largest protests we've ever seen around Havana. Many hospitals are suspending surgeries and facing severe medicine shortages.
The situation is terrible. There's nothing we can do about it. These are things that happen and there's no solution in sight. I cannot tell you anything else because believe me, this is very delicate. I can't say.
Shout out to Frederick. Shout out to my other brothers up in the building. I don't know why you're feeling like that, Frederick. We always read all your comments and we say everything that you say because we actually really like the stuff that you say. You be putting it down. We got you, bro. Come on over. Let's do what we do.
Say more or tell you what I really think.
This all coming as the U.S. Department of Justice is reportedly preparing an indictment against former Cuban President Raul Castro, the 94-year-old's brother of Fidel Castro. The question is, what happens next? Some legal experts wonder if the U.S. will move to capture Castro, just like they did with Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro.
The message to the Cubans is very clear that a similar situation could arise with Raul Castro.
I understand now.
Indictment and potentially extradite. So the message to the Cubans is clear. The pressure is on.
CIA Director John Ratcliffe among a U.S. delegation flying to Havana on Thursday for meetings. One Cuban American we spoke to last night at the Cuban Nostalgia celebration held at the Miami-Dade County Fair and Exposition Center is worried for his family back in Cuba right now.
We have to support them every month in order for them to eat and live, and for transportation. It's very difficult.
He hopes that Castro soon faces justice.
They have to pay for what they've done. For many others that have lost their life.
Another woman also hopeful.
I'm back. Boom.
Full of Cuba's future.
I wish that Cuba is free soon. It's just a matter of waiting and hoping that things happen and the right people do their thing.
And just like her, a lot of the people we have been speaking to are hopeful that the island of Cuba will become a better place to live and work.
I'm sorry to refer to it the only way that I know it, you guys. I apologize. And I'm going to tell you like this. The food, the coffee, the people. What else can I say? I actually got a whole lot of love for Cuba myself. Don't even know why. To be honest with you, when I go to Miami, I guess I just wind up in that section. I get the little espresso. They treat you so nice, real good people, that breakfast in the morning. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Cuba, can't wait till you guys. Matter of fact, I want what you want. I want the Cubans to get what they want. Put it like that. Call me what y'all want. Maybe they become another state or something, as long as they don't get taken advantage of. I think that's the real purpose of why they're holding so strong. And another reason why I got so much respect for you guys, because you know what? In the face of adversity, you guys are riding around with the 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock. I'm talking about y'all got cars from back in the 50s and still ain't giving up. I ain't mad at you at all. Let's keep on showing massive love for Cuba, the Cuban Americans. We have nothing but support for you. Hard-working individuals over here as well as over there. We want to pray for this to come to an end. We want you guys to have nothing but bounty, beautiful lives, and great living, because guess what? That's what you guys deserve. That's what we all deserve on this earth. That's all we ask for. And we say this together in the Lord's name. God, Father God, thank you. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward. They deserve it. Let's keep on going over here to Portland. We got a team that was returned. That's right. I like this story right here. You guys probably won't like it because she got out of ice, baby. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Get him. That's right, you guys. She got out of detention. This is one that I'm cool with. This is the nursing student. That's right. She was in Portland and she got, yes, that's right, you guys. You heard about what happened for me just now, but I'm gonna let you guys see the rest of the story. We've been following up on this story. We're the ones that broke this story, actually.
The main teenager is back home after spending about 6 months in ICE custody. The CBS 13's Allison LaPierre reports a 19-year-old named Olivia Andre returned to Maine last night after being held in Texas since November.
A warm welcome back to Maine. Olivia Andre was welcomed home last night by friends and family.
God praise Jehovah because at night because of him that I'm back home.
Last November, Andre, her mother, younger sister, and brother were taken into ICE custody. They're all asylum seekers from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The rest of Andre's family was released in March, but she had to stay. Andre's sponsor had to tell her the news over the phone.
On that day, it was very, very painful for me to inform her that we're talking about a nurse, a graduate nurse right here, you guys. Don't think it's no regular, this ain't no ICE diverter or whatever like that. She basically came in with a visa to pursue nursing school and got that, did that. The other part of the family are being released, but they say you have to remain in jail.
But now, 6 months later, Andre is back in Portland.
I'm very happy. I didn't imagine it's gonna be like so soon.
Less than a week ago, Congresswoman Shelley Pingree traveled to Texas with other lawmakers for an oversight visit to the facility Andre was being held in. Pingree was lobbying for Andre's release. Then just hours after the visit, Pingree says a federal judge ordered Andre's release from the facility.
The congresswoman praying on Tuesday, last Tuesday, and then she actually promised me. I'm very glad. I'm glad I could keep my promise. Yes.
Andre is grateful to have her freedom back, but she hopes the same can be true for others still in custody.
Really praying that everybody being released and go back to their home and their family.
Now, the people that deserve it, you guys, you know how we rock around here. You came here the right way, tried to do the right thing. She may have overstayed her visa, but come on, you guys. Certified nurse now. You guys, come on now, show some love. Not over here trying to do nothing wrong, not doing things the wrong way. I understand that a lot of people in our comments and a lot of our family are very strict, and you want it done the right way. Let's give her a little pass on that, you guys. Come on. Let's keep on moving forward. We got an Italian local that was shocked as a car speeds into, yes, pedestrians. My friend, one of my best friends that I like to pray for, who just went to the hospital and got another stent added into him. He had surgery. And I was really worried about him the other day, but I wasn't able to get in contact with him for a few days. His home state his home country is Italy. And that's one of my best friends, I have to say. So I'd like to pray for my best friend, one of my best friends, Vincent Viola. And I'd like to pray for Italy at the same time. I'd like to pray for good health. I want to pray for good results. So next time you go to the doctor, and yes, I've been blowing up the phone. I'm so sorry, but because I just don't know how it would be if I didn't have you in my life as one of my best friends, brother. So yes, I'm calling a lot. I'm getting on people's nerves. I'm probably reaching out to people, but it's only because I love you and I'm worried about you. And I just want to know and I hope that you get good results. And yes, I want to pray for you right now because we don't play around when it comes to prayer. Also want to pray for all of the good people in Italy that crimes like this and things like this don't happen. Keep it moving, you guys. Bless the people. Let's go. Got nothing but love for Italians, too. I love my Italians. That good food, good love, nice, high-spirited people. Got to just show you guys this right here. Hate to be the one to show it to you. You probably know about it already. But, yeah, we've got this local who's shocked as a car speeds into pedestrians. Yeah. Graphic content, you guys. Now, it happened that fast. You guys saw the video of it right here. You're going to start looking right over here at the corner where you see the car actually going to the sidewalk and just keep on plowing through. Now, locals, now that was quick. Y'all not going to even let me read it? Okay, locals in Modena, Italy, shocked after a car rams into, like I said, pedestrians, leaving several in serious conditions. I'm sure he was trying to do much more damage than just serious conditions. Like head on into a bicycle, into the people on the sidewalk as well. And he just missed him. Of course, this is the aftermath. Lucky it wasn't a big truck.
Ha forzato, ha aperto il portellone, la porta della portiera della macchina. Il sospetto scende dalla macchina e mentre tenta di soccorrere la signora amputata, con le gambe amputate.
No, the suspect got out of the car and ran away while he was assisting another lady who afterward had to have her leg amputated.
Ah, ok. Perché l'ho inseguito.
He chased him.
L'ho inseguito. Nel frattempo altre 4 o 5 persone
Another 4 or 5 people.
mi sono venute dietro. E qua in via Rua Pioppa, questa via, l'ho diciamo. L'ho inseguito, sparito dietro
He disappeared behind a row of cars.
a una fila di macchine, poi risaltato fuori
Then suddenly reappeared.
Con un coltello in mano.
Holding a knife in his hand.
Coltello.
That's Italy. Yes, it's Italy. That's the car right there. That's the car. And yes, those are people under there blurred out. Blurred out. They don't want to show the people that's laid out. One lady had to have her leg. Yes. Yeah, you guys, if you want more people to see this story right here, all you got to do is get the likes up, let more people see what's going on. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. Let's go. Oh, they thought Liberty left. She ain't go. She's stepping back in and out, but okay, y'all can keep playing. Yeah, this is sad right here. Yes, this did happen in Italy, you guys. You saw he jumped the sidewalk and mowed down a bunch of people. This was yesterday. Okay, now we got to keep on going, you guys. I want to pray for everybody that was hurt in this tragedy. I want to pray for the family members. I want to pray for the woman who had to have her leg amputated, because this is such a terrible tragedy for anybody that was just outside, never expecting for anything like that to happen. Don't know what race or religion or whatever type of person this was, but all I can really call them, Lord, and I got to say it, this was a demon possessed by something, nothing but negativity and evil. We do not condone anything like this on our show. We're about peace, love, happiness, and understanding, growth, and people coming together, and the possible opportunity of bringing people together in good ways of doing so. We appreciate life over here, and we want to pray for every single person who lost their life in this tragedy. And we're praying for great healing for the people who got hurt, and we want them to get healed as soon as possible, mentally as well as physically. We ask that today, Lord, in your name, amen. Let's keep on moving forward. We got to have more love for each other out here. This is crazy. This is bananas, y'all. Let's get on over to Philadelphia, where we got a teen that's been charged with the M word after a classmate lost her life while playing with a pow pow. Yep. Let's get on over to Philadelphia, you guys. Do me a favor, if you do have a weapon, the best thing to do is to have it in a lock box. Also, I also say another thing, please make sure that you have a trigger lock, because even if you have it in a lock box, sometimes they can manipulate that. If you have it in a lock box, let it be something with a fingerprint. Spend a little bit of money on it, because you might be preventing and saving a life, especially kids who like to get around and get into things. I used to look through my grandmother's stuff all the time. She'd be like, oh, this boy loved to ramble, always rambling my stuff. That's how kids are sometimes. But we don't want them rambling and finding something that may be detrimental and that hurts somebody. So if you do have a weapon, please don't think that you can just hide it good enough. Get yourself a box as well as a trigger guard, a trigger lock, separately from the box. Something like this, I do not want to ever happen again, where we have this happen to a young person And this would have been prevented if they had a lock on that pow pow.
Fred, a lot of details. We've been looking at this criminal complaint, and we are outside of the Upper Darby police station tonight, and we have learned that a 14-year-old boy is now being charged as an adult in the death of this young girl. Both the victim and the teens involved are in middle school. 14-year-old boy has been charged as an adult with third-degree murder in the death of his classmate. Yesterday, officers responded to a home on the 100 block of Springton Road in Upper.
Somebody else made a lot of sense too. Separate the clip from the hammer and don't put nothing in the head. Don't put nothing in the head. Don't leave one in the, you know what, chamber.
For Darby. When they arrived, they found a 14-year-old girl suffering from a gunshot wound to the head. Police say a group of friends, 4 eighth graders, 2 girls and 2 boys who attend Beverly Hills Middle School were inside the home and playing with a gun when it went off. According to the criminal complaint, the suspect told police he knew the victim's mother kept a pink handgun in her bedroom closet.
Doggy says, my mom thought it was funny and she left her pow pow on the dresser while my son was there. Oh my God, that's so scary. Little boys like to play with those too. Oh my God, you're scaring me right now, Doggy. You serious about that?
He said that he and another teen went into that closet, took the gun, and brought it into the victim's bedroom. Once inside, the complaint states he claimed he didn't realize a round was already in the chamber. The investigators say the suspect sat on the victim's bed. He alleges the victim grabbed his arm, placed the barrel of the gun against her forehead, then took his right index finger and put it on the trigger, and the gun fired. A next-door neighbor told NBC 10 he heard a single gunshot and then saw the teens run out of the back of the house. He said he called 911 immediately and also contacted the girl's mother, who was at work at the time. Now, we also did hear from the school district. They said that they brought counselors for students. So that's the story that he gave you guys. You can tell how crazy the story is, that it's probably 9 times out of 10 not true, but that's the story that he gave. And staff of that middle school. Now, the family has also requested privacy as they navigate this terrible tragedy. In Upper Darby, Shayra Arias, NBC 10 News.
Yes, you guys, you heard the age. She was a teenager, 14 years old. What's that, 7th, 8th grade? Pray for them. Pray for every single one of them. And parents, you are responsible. You are responsible for leaving it out, for putting it in a certain place. I don't care what nobody say. You see how, such and so, Dustin was not happy about that. Doggy is so angry about that because of the fact that it was out. Now imagine if they would have got their hands on it. How many stories have we heard about stuff like this? Put the lock on this on the trigger and put it inside of a locked box, even if it is in your closet, and screw that box to the wall or somewhere. Don't have it where you can just pull it out or whatever like that and move it around, because they might go somewhere and work on it to get it off. Let's pray for all of the children, and let's pray for the people that have weapons. Please, let's have better GUN safety, you guys. Please. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. We got this Supreme Court ruling that just came in, and I'm happy about this. We've been watching a lot of things happen on our roads where we have all of these illegal drivers that are getting licenses, that are having situations where they're getting stopped and they're having problems on the road with police officers. And then you got brokers that hire these same drivers that put them back on the road. Next thing you know, somebody gets hurt. Supreme Court has now made it to the point where those brokers can now be sued in these deadly crashes. Oh, you brokered the deal? Thank you for letting us know. Now you can be sued for it. I think this is a good idea. Probably make these brokers pay more attention.
The Supreme Court ruled unanimously to allow a man who lost part of his leg in a trucking crash to sue a major logistics company that hired that truck. The man's attorneys argued that the truck driver had been cited for careless driving in another crash months earlier, and that the broker, C.H. Robinson, should share liability. Last month, CBS News chief investigative correspondent Jim Axelrod spoke to families who lost loved ones in similar crashes, who could also be impacted by this ruling.
This is what Ohio State troopers confronted, responding to a crash outside of Cincinnati the day before Christmas 2022. Can you hear me? A tractor trailer heading north on I-75 crossed the median and slammed into two vehicles.
They were texting me throughout their drive saying that how close they were, where they were, and then I heard nothing.
Amy Ross had planned to host Christmas for her family that year. In those two cars, her mother Kimberly, a sister Lauren, another sister Karen, and brother-in-law Jeremy Bainey.
And that's when we got in touch with the police, and the police said they're all gone. There was nowhere to go. There was no hospitals to go visit them at. They were just gone.
It's like this can't be real. For Jeremy's parents, David and Mary Bainey, the loss was catastrophic. But making it even more painful, their daughter-in-law Karen was 5 months pregnant.
I wish he was here. I wish Karen was here. I wish the baby was born.
The driver of the truck, a Cuban national with a green card, had left Miami 2 days earlier in a truck that police said had a stolen federal registration number.
Empty, where'd you deliver at? Yeah, and deliver in Walmart.
A toxicology report showed elevated levels of cocaine and methamphetamines in his system. After the crash, the driver fled back to Cuba. How does a guy like this end up hauling goods for Walmart?
I don't think that this driver or many others like him end up on the road, but for the broker turning a blind eye.
I want to welcome in Jim Axelrod now. Jim, the Supreme Court ruling in favor of a man injured in one of these crashes, more than 24 states backing his claim. Trucking, arguably one of the most important industries here in the U.S. What's the impact of this case?
Well, Elizabeth, let's start by talking about these freight brokers. This is at the center of the Supreme Court ruling today. You think of a big box store like Walmart or Target, that they may own and operate their own fleets and move goods through trucks they own and operate. That's not the case.
Not like Amazon. Check this out. I like this. They want to have cheap drivers. Companies don't want to pay for good American citizens, says Lee. Well, that explains how they've been up driving for 2 days, says Winter Rising. And yes, I hope you are able to get your CDL, Frederick, because guess what? We need more level-headed people on the road out there instead of these fools. Let's keep on going, you guys. Other phone died, so 2 likes today, you guys. Don't worry about it, you guys. Don't worry about it, 55 Coffee House. We got you over here, sis. We got you.
Not solely the case. A lot of the trucking needs for these big box companies are conducted by smaller, separate private companies. How are they matched together? Through middlemen, these freight brokers, companies like C.H. Robinson, this Fortune 500 company at the center of the case today.
They don't have no trucks. All they do is link things up, and all they care about is making money. So whatever the driver is, if you legal to be on that account, on that website, they're going to just link it up. They're not going to be looking into no driving history and all of that. Their job is to get more situations and more loads and to get more road time. That's how they get paid. They don't worry about who's driving.
Hey, C.H. Robinson says if there's an accident, they should not be able to be sued for damages. It's the trucking company that's responsible for the drivers they hire or the federal agencies that oversee that.
Meanwhile, y'all the ones that put them to work. You should be liable, so because you should be able to vet the people that you have working under your company, even if it's a what? It's a subcontract or it's a sub-independent company. You're responsible for them. That's right, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. We got a plane crash that off of a Florida coast that leads to a surprising locked up, and he might not be getting out. They found some bohemian money, you guys. I bet he wished that plane would have never went down. Let's get on over here to the coast and see how this went down on this breaking one right here.
We begin tonight with a bizarre twist to the plane crash where all 11 people on board lived. We have now learned that one of the men who crashed into the ocean off Brevard County was in federal court today instead of back in the Bahamas. Good evening, I'm Greg Warmeth. This is a story we broke for you at 5 o'clock on Channel 9. And all night, our team has been working to confirm even newer information. Channel 9's Dave Jordan joins us live at the federal courthouse in Orlando. And Dave, you actually spoke with the lawyer late this evening.
I did, Greg, and the lawyer tells me that Gardner will be back in court next Thursday and he will plead not guilty. The lawyer telling me they will vigorously defend themselves against these allegations. I also looked into Gardner's history and I learned that investigators believe some time that he spent in prison 20 years ago helped him build a drug trafficking network. 3 days after a miraculous rescue off the coast of Melbourne, a bombshell in court. One of the 11 survivors pulled from the sinking wreckage brought $30,000 Bahamian dollars up with him. Federal investigators believe it is drug money from an international trafficking ring that deals in tons of cocaine. Court records first obtained by Channel 9 detail how investigators believe he joined that ring. Jonathan Eric Gardner was convicted in August of 2006 on drug trafficking charges and sent to a federal prison in Florida. That's where he met a man identified in court records as CC2. It was through that connection, authorities say, Gardner was able to expand his drug trafficking network even after he was deported back to the Bahamas in 2014. The DEA agent in court records laid out a very elaborate and detailed plan Gardner and his cohorts developed to move drugs from the Caribbean and Latin America into the U.S. Most of the drug trafficking discussions between Gardner and his alleged cohorts was captured through federal wiretaps.
Got him.
And the men's alleged activity began in February of 2023 and ended in July of that year.
Got him.
And Gardner also had a package with him when that plane went down. The package had a politician's name on it. That name has not
Matthew Felty said, dude kept stacks of cash on the lifeboat.
been disclosed. By the way, the warrant he was arrested on was sent out of the Southern District in New York.
Good morning, Lori.
He will be in court next week on these charges, and he intends to plead not guilty.
He ain't got no choice but to plead not guilty. But once they say that they've been watching you for a while and they got information on you, you're gonna feel it. Thank you so much, Matthew. Everybody, show Matthew some love. Because yes, don't diss Matthew. $2 is still $2. Y'all know the movie. $2. You owe me $2 for my newspapers. That was one of my favorite movies. You guys, if y'all can help me out, what movie is that from? Do you remember the paper boy that kept on running up on him and asking for $2? What movie was that? Help me out on that one. Let's keep on going, you guys. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. We all family over here. That's why I love asking you guys these questions, because one of you guys are going to know it. Y'all remember what I'm talking about. Let's go. We got another situation over here in Florida. Putnam County to be exact, where a man who plowed a truck, same sort of situation. We want to see what's going on with this one. That's right, you remember, I want my $2. You guys remember that movie. Help me out if you guys remember that movie. Let's go, let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. All I remember about the movie is in between like certain scenes where he was thinking, there was like sketches going on and stuff like that. You guys are gonna remember, we're gonna remember. Let me know let me know if you guys remember before I do. It wasn't 16 candles. It was something like that, though.
Now, just into the newsroom, the suspect at the center of the Putnam County Block Party truck ramming has been released from the hospital. Police have identified the driver as 36-year-old Lazeus Bartley.
That's him there, and behind us you can see the chaos caused by the incident in
Another one.
Tents collapse. Cars destroyed.
Jordan.
Caleb Gardner joins us live from the Palatka Police Department. Caleb, you just got some information that the suspect has now been booked into jail.
Yes, Susan.
Be careful and be serious about these gatherings, even if you're on a sidewalk, even if you're wherever you guys are, because there's nut jobs out here that's like this, that are trying to prove a stupid point. And you guys know when the summertime happens and when you got these gatherings going on, Louisiana last year, same thing that happened with the U-Haul. You guys remember this. Be very careful, you guys.
Initially,
Oh, Better Off Dead was the movie? Probably was. It sounds familiar. Sounds like that. Yeah, sounds like it.
taken to the hospital because of injuries from the incident, but we're seeing that he's been booked into the Clay County Sheriff's Office. Take a look. Records are showing us this morning that he was arrested in Clay County, and just as an explanation, by Florida law, the county where a person is arrested is the same jail they were initially booked into.
I know one thing, whatever they call that on top of their head out there in Florida, I don't know what y'all call it, wicks or whatever. I don't know what the craze is about. But some people, Yeah, I'm gonna just say it don't really fit. I don't know what style that is with the hair like that. I understand dreads and locks, but wicks, that's a little different.
Regardless of where the crime was committed. But the Palatka Police Department did confirm with us that he will be extradited back to Putnam County at some point. We're still working to learn when that exactly will be. But as of this morning, we're still working to learn some more information with more questions like how many people were taken to the hospital, their statuses, if there was a possible motive behind the incident. But right now, Bartley is facing 2 counts of aggravated battery and 1 count of aggravated fleeing and eluding with injuries, currently being held on a $300,000 bond after release from the hospital. But investigators are expected to add more charges because there are certainly a lot of damage left behind. And it's
Crazy.
still in. This is an active investigation, but one neighbor who didn't want to be identified, he told us over the weekend that he was on the back of his own truck and had to jump off just moments before his truck got hit.
I didn't know he was gonna make it through there. He did.
That force took your truck and moved it.
Yes.
Wow. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. After he hit my truck, he backed up straight on through the crowd. It was crazy.
And we'll still.
Yes, that was the movie, and it was Cusack. I remember you guys. That's right. That was the right movie. Better Off Dead. $2, $2. You're gonna give me my $2. Newspapers, 2 months, $2. He wanted that money for them $2, y'all. Let's keep on going forward. Let's keep on going forward, you guys, because now we got a situation right here with LIRR. The strike has entered the first day in New York, and I gotta be honest with you guys. I do not think it's fair for people that are coming in through the LIRR to have to pay for what? Congestive pricing. Can you imagine what people are going to would have had to pay today to get into the city of New York if you're coming in from Long Island? Due to the fact that they could not come to a resolution with the workers of the Long Island Railroad. So now, and there's also been word that people are saying, how about we stop the congestive pricing as long as this is going on, since so many people are going to be affected. But all of a sudden, nobody hears, nobody sees, and nobody understands what they're saying when that question comes up, right? What's up with that? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because the LIRR is shut down.
Day 2 of a massive rail strike, now threatening to upend the start of the work week.
Yep,
for hundreds
still on
of thousands
strike.
of New York commuters. The Long Island Railroad, the busiest commuter rail system in North America, now shut down, leaving some 250,000 daily riders scrambling for a way into New York City. Give them what they want and let them get back to work. The walkout starting just after midnight Saturday after months of negotiations between the MTA and unions representing some 3,500 rail workers collapsed.
We're just looking for an agreement that ensures our members' standard of living. That's all this is about. Our last offer literally gave the unions everything they said they had wanted in terms of pay, but they rejected even that.
The main sticking point, pay raises between 4.5% and 5%, along with healthcare costs.
So you guys are prepared to hold out for not just days, but months.
Yes, if we have to, yes. We have no choice. We have no choice. It's for us now, it's about survival. We waited 4 years, our backs are against the wall, it's about survival.
Now, with both sides digging in, the political finger pointing escalating too. Governor Cap.
Y'all see it. There's people dropping bombs, and I gotta say it. If you don't live in New York, you do not understand the importance. I'm serious. I'm telling you guys, it's not a game. There's so many people that use the Long Island Railroad, the Metro North, the New Jersey Transit. So many people coming through Penn Station every single day. So many people coming on the LIRR, Metro North. So many. And it's actually people, believe it or not, you guys, I know you probably know this, right? People in Delaware actually commute to New York. People in other states that's not too far, they actually commute by using certain trains, Amtrak and stuff. Yes, there's people out there that actually live in other states. They don't mind an hour or two commute to get back to where they live at. There's people that live all over that actually use the trains in order to move around and function. Not just us, but our local rides. So this is affecting people on a major focal point. And now that we got Kathy Jokel Hochul right here in this photo, I want to make you guys understand that that New York is going to make even more money during these times. How? Because they still got congestive pricing going on. More people drive in, $9, $9, $9. And if you don't have an easy pass, $14. So now that you got all of that money, how about paying these people? Yeah, because you didn't break them off when you guys did the congestive pricing deal anyway.
Kathy Hochul blaming the Trump administration, who had delegated an emergency board last fall for cutting mediation short. Trump firing back online, saying, I have nothing to do with it, adding, no, Kathy, it's your fault. And now looking over the facts, you should have not allowed this to happen.
All right,
And overnight
chocolate.
confusion over whether talks are even happening. Governor Hochul posting she's received an update from the.
Somebody says if you drive into New York, you have to pay. That's crazy. Frederick says that. Frederick, how about if you live in New York, you still got to pay when you pass 60th Street? That's the craziness. If you drive downtown, let's say you live on 115th Street and you want to drive downtown past 60th Street, boom, $9. If you don't got an easy pass, 14. That's what I'm talking about. If you live in the city, I'm not talking about just people commuting in.
MTA on the status of negotiations and plans for alternate service. But just moments later, the LIRR unions calling it an open-ended strike.
It's theft, period. It's theft, up to 500 and something million dollars right now. And they got a nerve to be talking about they got people going on strike. And then you guys don't remember when New Jersey was angry, saying, hey, we never got a part of this deal because we got part of the tolls and things like that. So how come we don't get a cut? She was like this, the Cheshire cat with the rat in her mouth. Didn't say nothing. LIRR didn't get no part of it either. So yeah, I get what they're doing right now. In a different way, give us some of that.
Telling ABC News, despite Hochul's claims, MTA officials had not reached out to them about negotiations. For many commuters, the railroad is the most affordable way into the city, helping them avoid tolls, parking, expensive ride shares, and hours of gridlock traffic.
It really does add.
Jordan Dougherty, what about the throughway? They put tolls up. They put tolls on to pay for it and just to keep the tolls because this state is awful. How about this? You guys were complaining about the trains and that's what you needed the money for. How come we can't say, all right, we're going to put this into play until we get that cured? Let's use the word as cured because that's what contractors and people use when they want to fix something. It's called let's cure it. So let's do this. Let's say we take this money until this focal point is cured, and then we come up off of the congestive pricing, or we come up off of it once the situation has been cured, like the building fund when it comes down to the church, when the plate just keep on coming around and the reverend is like, well, you know, we got to work on the roof. We need some more money, so we're going to send that plate around one more time, you guys. How about somebody standing up and saying, Rev, how much it costs for the roof to get fixed? Okay, cool. So when we stop fixing the roof, can we go ahead and get one less plate being sent around? Because you know the Rev ain't gonna never tell you when the roof is fixed. Sound like this here.
A stressful component. I can't imagine what people are going to be doing on Monday.
And this morning, the unions are also pushing back against MTA's claims that higher wages could lead to higher fares for passengers. They point to a presidential emergency board study that they say shows otherwise. Still this morning, both sides very far apart and no timetable on when they could return to the negotiation table, Rhiannon.
Yeah,
Frederick says they're trying to make Dallas into Southern New York. They came down here in 2009. Hey, Frederick, can you do us a favor, please? I want to make sure that people don't know they don't think I know what I'm talking about. Can you tell them about the toll from George Bush Airport, please? Tell them how much it costs, but you got to pay it in order to go there. You remember the toll, Frederick? George Bush. I mean, is that the George Bush International Airport? How much is the toll when you got to go through and come into Dallas or you coming into Texas, Frederick? What's that toll about? Tell them how much it costs. How much it costs? I know I remember this one. I used to ask my boy all the time, we got to pay a toll to come into the city? You serious? You guys remember that? Or is it still there? I don't know. Let me know if you guys remember the toll when you got off the airport in Dallas and you came off and you're driving up and there's a toll right there that says the George Bush toll. I know what I'm talking about. How much is it? It ain't that much, but it's a stinger. It's there on purpose. When I was around back in the day, it was like 25 cents. But imagine how many people throwing 25 cents inside that toll. George Bush International Toll. Anything I know? Anybody think about that? Yeah, I ain't lying. Look at Lori, know what I'm talking about. Yep, there we go. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Let's keep on moving. Look, Frederick says, yes, it's permanent too. Yeah, they not. Yeah, where that money going though? George Bush ain't been the president for how long? What they doing with that quarter? And how many people come flying through? Let's keep on going. Yeah, they never going to tell you guys the number. It's supposed to be for maintenance, huh, Frederick? What they maintaining when you guys got to pay for the trash? Especially if you're in the HOA area or HOA area, you got to pay for the trash and all of the road stuff anyway, especially when you live in certain parts of Dallas. I had to pay it before, so I know. So how much maintenance is being done? Ain't no big industry city out there where they got to go into manholes and stuff like that. Come on, man. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's keep on moving forward. The government is in New York City is stealing tax money like Minnesota. I ain't say it. Be freed. Men said it. Big bro. And thank you for the $2 super chat. Let's keep on moving forward to New York, where if you can make it there, you'll make it. Bum bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. I'm starting to see a lot of these punks coming up to women and doing things, whether it's scaring them, whether it's approaching them while they're minding their business. I don't really condone it. Sitting on the park side yesterday and trying to hang out just to get a little bit of air and sun, feeding the birds. Next thing you know, some wild guy walks around, pretty lady there. He's acting all crazy and stuff. First, he tries to approach and says some nice things. I thought that was going to be it. Then he starts to spaz out. Then he goes and kicks over the garbage can, opens it up and stands in between it and starts doing all sorts of crazy gestures. Yeah, you guys. Then after that, I saw some other situation. My question is always, how come it's never to a man or a guy that's kind of big, looking like he can defend himself? Why is it always a woman that you guys do that stuff to? This guy here is one of those people. This woman here got hit in the face and got chased for blocks in Brooklyn. You know, I don't know where she's from, but excuse me, miss. I told you a long time ago why I don't mess around with Brooklyn. And you better have a pass when you cross that bridge. Welcome to Brooklyn. Little Kim tried to tell you. Got a situation here. I don't know if she's a transplant or whatever the case may be, but you should have known better. So somebody hit you and chased you in Brooklyn? Sounds like the common occurrence here. Lucky it didn't pow you. Okay, we got a lady here that got chased into a bodega. Looks like she got hit in the face. Is this a restaurant bodega? This is in Brooklyn. Let's see what happened with this one.
Take a look at your screen. The chaotic aftermath showing a woman sprinting into a pizza shop for safety. She says a man chased her down for 2 blocks after hurling a shoe at her face.
He had it in his hand ready to go. There was no interaction before then. He just threw it in my face, picked it back up and kept walking.
Police say the brazen attack happened near Nostrand and DeKalb Avenues, just outside Sugar Hill Supper Club around 6:30 last night.
Exactly. No strength, of course. 6 o'clock, of course. What are you thinking, lady? She's like, Scooby Dooby Doo. I'm in New York. And she's in Nobu. You get it? They think they go by those new names that they just try to tell you guys just to get you to move there. And then you don't realize how the neighborhood is until you wind up on the news. Don't know where you've been transplanted from, boo. But that's Brooklyn. What's your problem? She walking up the block. Scooby Dooby Doo. I'm walking in Brooklyn. It's 6 o'clock. I literally was walking behind somebody one day. This is the stupid conversation that this transplant said. Oh man, I just got here. You won't believe how New York is. I mean, you can go anywhere and just sit down and post up with your laptop. It's a great place to be. I'm standing behind this fool like, if you ain't the most stupidest stunt that I know, take that laptop to the wrong place. Next thing you know, you're going to be like, trying to catch it. Yeah, let's go, you guys. You got to know where you're moving at. Don't try to blame something on the situation. It's Brooklyn. Yeah.
Veronica says the real nightmare was only just beginning.
Because once I started running, he started running too. And like, it felt like he wanted to hurt me again. And like,
It's Brooklyn. Yes. Once I started running, he started running too. Yes. That's how canines are. That's how canines are. What they do, they wait for you to get scared, and now they smell the fear. Now they want to chase you. And if he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, throwing a shoe at you, he's really going to eat that up.
assault me again. I don't know what was going through his mind, but
Get this, you guys. Do you guys notice what's under her, by the way? And I'm not, I got to be honest with you guys. I know you guys think I beat up Brooklyn a lot, but it's true. It's got to be honest about it. Look at the writing under her name, under her. It says Bed-Stuy woman smacked in the face with a shoe. Now my question to you is this. Does she look like a real true Bed-Stuy woman? She don't look like Sheila. She don't look like Veronica. She don't look like Jawaka, which means that what probably happened is maybe because of the ability to pay, she could live there. But when you can't pay the other way, you can't live there. Yeah, talk to that real estate agent that changed the name from the neighborhood to from Bed-Stuy to Nobu and set you up. Yeah, just keep on going.
I just was just trying to get away. Veronica says she sprinted into this pizza shop to get away. Her attacker attempting to follow her inside before staff stepped in, attempting to chase him down Thompson Street.
I'm happy she came here and felt safe at Rocco Pizza. She had our undivided attention, and hopefully everything works out. We'll get to see her later and we'll find out what happened.
Left with a small scar above her eyebrow and a shattered pair of glasses. Veronica says she refuses to let the attack break her spirit. I'm a healthcare worker and I just want to go to work and come home. And now I'm scared to go for walks in my own neighborhood. I just hope that people can be on the lookout and report him. Right now, police say they still don't have a description yet of the suspects, but investigators are actively working to find out who's behind the assault. In Bed-Stuy, Aurora, folks, New South Brooklyn.
Bed-Stuy, Brownsville, Saratoga, St. Mark's, Myrtle, certain places. You guys see I'm so serious about this. I didn't even put my ring back on until we finished that segment. I do not play around in Brooklyn at all. I'm not playing. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen and let's get those likes up because we got a Plant City man who's been locked up, and I don't know if they're gonna let him out. For what did he do? Yeah. You guys saw this probably yesterday. We got a Plant City man. I don't know how he fell asleep or whatever like that, but he had a child inside of the cab as he was knocked out. I don't know what sort of parenting this is, you guys, or what's going on here, but check this out. We got a Plant City man that was arrested after deputies find him passed out at the pump with a child pals in the car. Not a long clip, but check it out.
Sir, Sheriff's Office. Sheriff's Office. Step on out. Step out. How many more guns do you have? Hey. Dude, we're not doing this right now. Yeah. Dude, your son is behind me. I get you have guns on you. Put your hands behind your back.
Yeah, Patrick Alva Vagletti, age 26. His charges are driving under the influence. He blew over a .15. And you guys said they putting him for child neglect, improper exhibition of a dangerous weapon or firearm. And it was out right in front of that child too. The baby's in the back crying. And yes, I gotta get right with you, Jay Cricket. Gotta say it's an idiot move. Don't want to do anything like that when you're riding around with your child. Sorry, guys, I stopped preaching. I had to work yesterday. I missed the Purple Sunday. But simply love your neighbor as yourself. Call the family members that you're having problems with. That's right. I get what you're saying. Call that family member. There you go, Joe BX. We appreciate you. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And you guys, don't get caught up doing stuff like this. You got to be more smart about being around children with weapons and things like that. We might need to just get that out there real quick. Be careful having weapons around children, especially when you're falling around sleep and stuff like that. That was a bad one right there. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because what we got over here, we have a passenger that credits a plane pilot for saving their life after the plane crash landed in the Atlantic Ocean. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys check this situation out.
10 passengers survived a plane crash in the Atlantic Ocean this week thanks to the actions of its pilot. In his only interview so far, that pilot and one of his passengers recounted the ordeal. Your CBS News correspondent, Christian Benavides.
These kids
Make it to shore.
Okay, I'm sorry. It says we didn't know if we were going to make it to shore. I wanted to read that for you guys. We didn't know if we were going to make it to shore.
You don't know if you can make it to shore.
Olympia Alton and her niece are among 11 people miraculously rescued at sea after their twin-engine turboprop crash landed.
When the plane on the plane hit, it said bam.
When the plane hit, you heard her. It said bam.
Hit up everybody in their seat.
It knocked everybody out of their seat.
Who's recovering in a Florida hospital credits 43-year-old Bahamian pilot Ian Nixon for saving lives. Speaking only to CBS News, Nixon says the small aircraft suddenly lost both engines.
Basically, also navigation, all videos.
He conducted the emergency landing in open waters.
Once we hit the water, I think my first thought was, we didn't die. We didn't die, let's get out.
Nixon quickly got everyone onto a life raft, and Alton, who doesn't know how to swim, says she watched the aircraft sink as they waited for 5 hours.
So now that's a good pilot right there, was able to save them. And guess what, you guys? They definitely tell you in pilot school, and when you go, if you can't find the land, you got to land on water.
Stormy weather.
Nobody is around. And they say, oh Lord, I pray for somebody find us, somebody see us, somebody see us, somebody see us.
She said, me pray for, oh Lord, me pray for somebody find us, somebody for see us. She prayed. Then you know what she's saying. She's rejoicing already.
Yes.
They were rescued hours later by an elite U.S. Air Force unit.
They made a declaration, in 10 minutes the plane is going to come. And then one of the coffins.
He said he made a declaration. In 10 minutes, a plane is going to come.
I said, hold on. Can I hear something?
Oh, when I see the helicopter, that's when I release. I say, oh, thank you, Jesus, we get saved, we get saved, we get saved.
Oh, grateful to be alive.
We never know if we make it. But thank God we make it.
She said, we never know if we was going to make it, but thank God we made it. And she's crying. And that's love right there. And that was God making sure that they was good, you guys. Check that out. And a good pilot. Hell of a good pilot.
Another incredible part about this rescue, that Air Force unit is specifically trained in search and rescue, and they were conducting exercises just 15 minutes away from the crash site when they got the call. Tony?
Went from training to the real thing. Christian Benavides, thank you very much.
It went from training to the real thing. That was crazy right there, you guys. Now tell me that God and love ain't real. I want to pray and thank the Lord. Why? Because we don't only pray for bad over here. We pray for good. We pray for happiness. We pray for good stories. And we pray for love. And we pray for what, you guys? Miracles. You heard what they said. He said in 10 minutes, there's going to be a plane that show up. And she said, next thing you know, there was a plane that was showing up to save them. There are miracles, and there's enough power in numbers and power in prayer, you guys. Don't ever give up and keep on pushing and never give up. And he's always watching, always out there for us. So yes, Lord, we want to pray to you and thank you, not only for situations that you help us out with when they're bad, but also the good. There we go. Thank you so much. We got passengers right here. That was some good passengers right there. I like that one. Now, I got a beautiful story for you guys right here. You know all of those beagles that they had at that research center? You guys know what these rescue centers did? These rescue foster homes and these rescues did all across the world. They paid money to buy these dogs from this research center. That's right, you guys. We got a situation here where beagles were rescued from a a facility, and they now finally are finding freedom on the Gulf Coast. Yeah, you guys, let's keep on going. Let's get into these beagles, and it's going to make you feel so much different about dogs. Let's go.
Tonight, 18 beagles are getting a second chance at life in Fort Myers, rescued from a medical testing lab in Wisconsin. Protesters accuse the owners of animal cruelty, conducting experiments on thousands of beagles. Gulf Coast News reporter Kendall Bryant tracked down a local rescue group who drove thousands of miles to save these dogs and bring them to Lee County. 18 beagles are on the Gulf Coast getting a taste of freedom. The director of this rescue drove to Wisconsin to rescue these dogs from a farm that used them for medical testing. Toys, outdoor time,
And Snuggles.
How could you not? They're just so cute. Come on, y'all. Come on. I know it's probably not your dog of preference, but they so cute. Look at right. Look at Buster Move says, I want one, right? They cute. I like
All
them.
new experiences for these dogs rescued from Ridgeland Farms.
Wait a minute. Somebody says, yep, that's in my state. It has been an amazing outcome since the community stepped up and rescued for the first batch. I love it, you guys. I love this.
Now at Guardians of Florida Animal Rescue.
To see them being offloaded and literally touching the grass for the first time. It's very moving, but happy.
That's how Sherry Lee Mercury says she felt driving more than 1,400 miles to Northwest Wisconsin, where these dogs were bred for biomedical research.
The drive back, I mean, you've got 18 beagles with you.
Love you, Liberty. See you later. Have a great day at work.
It was very quiet. I didn't expect that. I thought we were going to all have a little sing along, but that didn't happen.
These 18 dogs are a fraction of 1,500 bought through an agreement by 2 rescue groups, including Big Dog Ranch in Palm Beach County.
The vast majority of our dogs are rescued from Florida, but this is an undertaking that no one rescue could do by themselves. Not even one state can do by themselves.
Before the deal was struck, protesters not affiliated with the rescue groups broke into the facility, claiming conditions like these were inhumane. The director of the rescue in Lee County did not get to go inside the facility. The co-founder says the dogs have a brighter future ahead.
They were born destined for a life of lab testing, and now they have a new lease on life where they can be a dog.
Dogs like Carol will be ready for adoption in about 2 to 3 weeks. It does vary depending on the beagle. In Lee County, Kendall Brandt, Gulf Coast News.
I'm thinking right along with you. I'm thinking right along with you. Who's that right there? Lord Alcatraz 2000? Lord Alcatraz. Those people are crazy and should be charged. I'm with it. I'm totally with it. I'm totally feeling the same way that you're feeling. That's right, Liberty. Let's go out with this. Democrats, Republicans, Independents, and all are welcome here. We're an open platform for civil discussion and good vibes. Current news, hot topics, and a whole lot of fun at our bottom line. And guess what I'm going to put on top of that? #1 co-host, #1 family members, as well as the #1 host on YouTube. They can't rock with us. And you know how we get down with our mods over here. People come over here and be like, what is this channel? I'm so glad I found this. It's not only about me, you guys. It's about what they're saying about you guys in the comments. And if they really want to keep it going and get a vibe with you all the time, I always try to recommend that they get on the Discord, because that don't stop. That doesn't stop. Let's keep on going, you guys. And this next thing I'm about to get into, whoever got to go, I feel sorry for you, because this one here is going to teach you a whole lot about your four-legged friend. I'm going right into it right now. The real reason your dog licks you is not what you think. Do you think that your dog licks you when you come home because it's happy, because it misses you, and because it loves you? Okay, let's go ahead and put that in the clip, because that's true. But did you happen to know a couple of other things by the reasons why your dog licks you? You have any idea that from the day one born into darkness, they never had a chance to see. So what's the first thing that their mother did to them? Was lick them. It gave them a sign of security, gave them a sign of what? She's putting her scent on you to let that dog know that you're part of my pack. You're part of me. There's so much that comes into when a dog licks you, you guys. I know you don't like a dog licking you, but sometimes I just want you to know why they do it. You need to understand that sometimes a dog can actually be saving your life. Oh yeah, you didn't even know that, huh? Why do you think that they have cancer smelling dogs out here? They didn't even realize that a dog, if he keeps licking you in a certain in a certain point of your body, you may want to look at that as a sign that you might want to go get that checked out, because dogs have the ability that medical people have not even found out yet to find cancer in the human body. That's how sensitive their noses are. There's so much that we can get from a dog, and guess what? Licking is not just them trying to tell you they love you. We're going to get into it right now, you guys. This is our health and wellness section, and it's not just about humans. It's about our animals. It's about understanding them and about understanding how to flow with them and what it's about. That has to do a lot with our wellness. It has a lot to do with our health, understanding our pets and family members that are part of our lives, understanding their mindsets. You're about to learn some stuff right now that I never even thought about. Let's go. It's time to get into it, you guys. We got it. The real reason your dog licks you, it's not what you think. The real reason your dog licks you, it's not what you think. And guess what? This comes from the psychology of dogs. Psychology of dogs. After it's over, we come back and subscribe, hit all, because we want to add that to our arsenal. Let's get into it, you guys. The real reason your dog licks you, and it's not what you think.
Your dog licked you today. Maybe on your face when you came through the door. Maybe on your hand while you were sitting doing nothing. Maybe on your feet while you were lying on the couch. And you smiled. You let it happen, and you filed it under love. That's not wrong. But it's only about a quarter of the story. When your dog licks you, they are not doing one thing. They are doing several things at once, depending on exactly where they lick, how long they do it, and what was happening before they started. Licking has a vocabulary, and once you know what each version actually means, you will never experience it as a simple affectionate habit again.
They can lick your hands and know where you was at and what you was doing. If you work for other like ASPCA or or be around other dogs, they know that you've been around another dog. Think I don't know? Tell the truth, you guys. How many times have your dog been like in that certain area that other dog was at? Like, how dare you touch another dog? But when they lick you, they're bringing you back into the pack, not just telling you that they love you. It's deeper than that.
Welcome to Canine Brain. This is what your dog's tongue has been saying all along. Before anything else, we need to start at the beginning, the very beginning. Your dog was born into darkness, eyes sealed shut, no awareness of the room, the light, the world outside the body that just delivered them. The first sensation they ever felt before their eyes opened, before they had any understanding of what was around them, was a tongue. Their mother's tongue, moving across their face, their back, their tiny body. That lick was not affection, it was a signal. It said, "You are alive. I see you. You are safe." That connection between being licked and being completely unconditionally safe is formed in the first hours of life, before the brain can think, before the eyes can see. It goes in at a level deeper than memory. It never leaves. When your dog licks you, they are drawing on that first language.
I really want to say this, and I need you guys to understand. I believe this even more. Once I really saw this, I believe so much what Joe BX is saying. Everybody know this, but it's so right in front of your face. But dog spelled backwards is God. I really believe that God gave us these animals as gifts. I really do. I'm serious, you guys. I'm serious. I'm really mean it.
They are reaching back to the oldest and most reliable signal they have ever received and offering it to you. Not because they decided to, because that is what licking means, written into them before they knew anything else. Now, here is the part that changes how you read it. Licking is not one message. Where your dog licks you matters enormously. When your dog licks your face, especially after you have been away, they are doing something specific. Your face carries the smells of everywhere you have been, the people you spoke to, the places you walked through, the air of the world outside. Your dog is reading all of that and simultaneously removing it, replacing foreign scents with their own. This is what animal behaviorists call reestablishing the bond.
The reason why your dog thinks she's human is because she's part of a pack that you brought her into, Jonathan. And every time you feed her, every time you show love and she licks on you, you just reinforce that pack love right there. And they are loyal to their pack.
It is not just hello. It is, you have been out in the world without me, and now I am bringing you back into ours.
Thank you, Shannon.
When your dog licks your hands, they are investigating. Your hands touch everything. They carry more recent chemical information than almost anywhere else on your body. A lick on the hand is your dog running a quick check. What have you been doing? Is everything normal? Are you okay? When your dog licks a specific spot on your body repeatedly, the same place, day after day, that is the version worth paying serious attention to. Dogs have been
Everybody show Shannon some love. Thank you so much, Shannon, and have a blessed day. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Amen.
Documented detecting cancer through persistent, focused licking on a specific area of their attention to. Dogs have been documented detecting cancer through persistent, focused licking on a specific area of their owner's body, often long before any medical diagnosis was made. The same has been observed with blood sugar problems. Dogs who licked their owner's hands or feet at unusual times were later found to have been responding to the early chemical changes of a diabetic episode. The lick that looks obsessive or strange is sometimes the most important one. This is not rare. The number of documented cases is significant enough that cancer detection dogs are now a real and studied field of medicine. Your dog's nose and the licking behavior connected to it is capable of things that medical equipment is still learning to replicate.
Did you hear what he just said? Medical equipment is still learning to replicate what the dog's nose and the sensors have going on up there.
So, if your dog keeps returning to one place on your body with focused, persistent attention, that is worth noticing. Not alarm, just noticing. Now, here is the one that almost no one ever talks about. Some licking is not love. Some licking is anxiety. A dog that licks excessively, not in greeting, not in focused investigation, but in long repetitive sessions with no clear trigger, is often a dog that is using licking the way humans use nervous habits. Pacing, nail biting, tapping. The motion is self-soothing. The repetition is calming. The lick is not directed at you as communication. It is directed inward as regulation. Dogs with high baseline anxiety often lick their owners more, not because the bond is stronger, but because being near you and repeating a calming physical behavior at the same time lowers their stress. It feels like more love. It is actually more need. This matters because the response is different. A dog licking you out of genuine affection needs acknowledgement. A dog licking you out of anxiety needs calm, structured routine and sometimes professional guidance.
Shout out Clifton.
Responding to anxious licking with enthusiastic attention can accidentally reinforce the anxiety rather than addressing it. Learning which kind you are receiving changes how you show up for your dog. And then there's the version that sits underneath all the others. The one that runs through every lick your dog has ever given you, regardless of where or when. Mutual grooming, animals cleaning each other, is one of the primary ways that bonds between social animals are built and maintained across almost every species. It is not a display of affection that happens after a bond exists. It is one of the main mechanisms by which the bond is created and reinforced in the first place. When your dog licks you, they are placing you inside their social world. They are mixing your scent with theirs. They are saying in a language that predates every word either of your species has ever invented that you belong in the same circle.
That's just how, like, sometimes when you have a mother, and she has a pup, and then somebody might take that pup away from her too early, and then the scent of that pup may change. She may outcast that pup because it doesn't smell like the rest of her pack. That's why you got to really be careful who's handling the pups and things like that. Certain moms go through certain things. I'm talking about dog moms, you guys. I'm talking about that. They will alienate one pup because they don't smell like the rest of the pack. That's why the first thing that they do, they lick them and clean them after they get that pack off of them. That's the thing you're supposed to do. Put the dog right in front of the mom so she can clean off. As soon as she gets birth, try to put them right there next in front of her so that she can go ahead and get the licking on them and put her scent on them. That's something that you didn't even know that you were doing, but that's actually true. They're reestablishing the connection and the scent, bringing you back into the pack.
That you are not a stranger, that you are part of what they are oriented around. This behavior has been running between dogs and humans for approximately 15,000 years, since the first wolf decided that the person across the fire was safe, since the first dog looked at a human and chose to stay. Every time your dog's tongue reaches out toward you, they're continuing that choice, quietly, without drama, in the oldest language they have. The next time it happens, let it mean something more than a wet face, because it does. If this changed how you experience that moment, share it with someone whose dog does this every day without either of them fully knowing why.
Have you guys ever had that happen with your dog? You understand the difference in everything now? Yes, they lick you and all of that, but there's a reason why they do this. When you come in the house, why they act the way they do, yeah, they're reestablishing the connection.
Subscribe to Canine Brain. Every week, we go deeper into the language your dog has been speaking to you all along.
Okay, wait a minute, K9 Brain.
Your dog.
We got to get back to that because I got to let my people know where to subscribe to because there's a lot of people here that's interested in that information. Let's go, you guys. What we going to do? Let's do that again. The real reason, I apologize. The real reason your dog licks you, it's not what you think. Once again, the real reason your dog licks you, it's not what you think. And yes, it will be on our Discord page in about 10-15 minutes. Hopefully you guys like that story right there. Got a little bit more bonding and understand of your pets. People that don't have pets understand why dogs lick on you. Also understand the different moves and certain things. I saw somebody in the comments says, yes, that's my daughter's dog. Major anxiety. That was JKS Juicy Juice. Well, now maybe you guys have a better understanding of why they lick and why certain things that they do, and more understanding and more being able to identify with life and different things in our life is what? Better health and better wellness. So yes, it falls under the category, especially when it's understanding a family member who might be there every day or someone else's family member. And yes, we call dogs family members. What we're going to do right now, we're going to hit that subscribe button, which is what I want you guys to do under me. Hit that subscribe button and get that to light up. Then we hit that downward arrow and we go up to all and we press that button that says all so that we get all notifications of when our bottom line is on. In this case, when psychology of dogs is on, and we'll keep on getting updates and reviews from over there. And yes, you guys, I hope that you had a great health and wellness section today, because again, we're not just going to talk about ourselves all the time. We got to talk about our family members, our dogs. We got to get more back into planting. We're going to get back into more in-home planting because I got a lot growing out there. You guys got to see this. We'll probably do a spotlight tomorrow to let you guys see my garden and what's going on over there. Also, to bring a few more people in that have to go to work, we'll probably do a 6 o'clock spotlight tomorrow so that we guys can just hang out and kick it and go through a few things and get up to date on what we got going on at our bottom line and constantly moving forward. And yes, you guys, I got more. Don't even think of going anywhere because guess what? Wanted you guys to see this. You guys got to be very careful out there, especially anybody who's out in France, because people are warning drivers to watch out for drunk deer. Yep, it's not just Kamala, you guys. There's venison out here. There's venison out here on the road, you guys. That's right. We got the French police who are warning drivers to watch out for drunk deer. Check this out, you guys. Now, authorities in France had to warn locals in a rural town after a drunk deer was caught causing a ruckus. Must be one of Kamala's clan, right? Let's keep on going, you guys. We got the French police that said the deranged deer appeared to have eaten fermented fruit. Yeah, come on, your boy done had some of that hood juice, some of that hooch. He done had some of that hooch. You know how they make it in jail? They put it in the bag, they sit it in the back of the closet somewhere, and they put all the different fruits and stuff in there, the rinds, and then they squeeze it out. They call it hooch. But in this case, he got it before it turned hooch, and he tore up some of it, and look how he moving around. There you go. Having a little bit of balancing problems going on over there, Bambi. Hey, Sam, don't blame it on the big drip, buddy. Sam over there talking about it was drinking big drip and it got him lit. Now, I'm sure he would just like to walk off, but he can't He can't navigate. You guys have a good day, Collective. Yeah, go ahead. Have a good one. Oh, he made it. He made it. Oh, maybe he didn't. So that's what deer do. When we get drunk, we do all this. Oh, you son of a young motherfucker. I'll tell you about you never loved me, you son. You never loved me. You just lie like you do. You know, you got all types of drunks. You got the ones that want to curse you out. You got the ones that want to dedicate their love to you, and you got the ones that want to fight. There's some of them that go through different phases. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, somebody probably got him drunk at a stag party. That remind me of that movie. What was that movie? What was that movie? I'm gonna come up with it. I'm gonna come up with it. It was Bachelor Party. Oh my God! You remember Bachelor Party with the donkey, or was that a horse? You guys remember Bachelor Party? That's a good one. That right there reminds me of Bachelor Party right there. If you guys remember Bachelor Party, woo, that was crazy. Somebody said Stag Party, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? That's right, you guys. We had a drunk deer. We done had venison. We done had a good show for you guys today. You know what? Maybe, let me see. Nah, we can do one more. I like this one right here. It's about this horse right here. I love to see animals get saved. This broken horse stopped fighting for life until she felt love again.
They thought she was too far gone until one horse walked up and did something no one expected. At first, she didn't even look real, just this fragile, hollow body stepping off the trailer, her legs shaking like they might give out at any second, and someone standing nearby quietly said, "She's barely holding on," because she wasn't just underweight, she was dangerously thin, at least 400 to 500 pounds under where she should have been. Her body already starting to shut down, and you could see it in the way she moved, slow, weak, like every step took everything she had left. While flies covered her wounds and her skin looked so damaged, it was hard to even imagine how long she had been suffering out there alone.
But you guys know the power of what? I love it. The power of love.
The vet didn't hesitate when they saw her, just a quiet, heavy truth. She's got hours, maybe days, and for a moment, everything felt still because no one wants to admit they might already be too late. But then someone said, steady and certain, we'll take her. And that was it. No long discussion, no guarantees, just a decision that she deserved a chance, even if it was a small one. When she arrived, she didn't react to anything. She didn't fight, didn't pull away, didn't even seem curious. She just stood there, like the world had already taken too much from her, and she didn't have anything left to give back. And those first few days were incredibly fragile, where even the smallest progress felt huge. Getting her to eat just a little, getting her to lift her head, getting her to stay standing, and you could hear it in the soft voices around her. Come on, girl, you're okay. Like they were trying to reach something deep inside her that hadn't completely disappeared yet. Treating her skin was slow and careful, almost like caring for someone with severe burns. Every touch had to be gentle, every movement intentional, because pain was everywhere. Layered into her body after everything she had endured. But even through all of that, something began to shift in a quiet, almost invisible way, because she started to gravitate toward one person, Ron. No one forced it. It just happened naturally. He would sit beside her, talk to her softly, brush her in slow, patient strokes, and you could see the difference in the way she leaned ever so slightly toward him, like she was remembering what safety felt like. And someone noticed one afternoon and said, almost surprised, "I think she trusts him." And that small moment, that quiet connection, became the beginning of everything changing. Once they knew she wasn't contagious, they made a careful decision to introduce another horse. His name was Royal, and unlike the others who kept their distance, he walked toward her calmly, without hesitation. Like he understood something the rest didn't, and the moment he got close, the energy shifted, softer somehow. Because Royal had his own past. His mother had once been sick, underweight, struggling in a similar way, and when he smelled her, something clicked deep inside him. She reminds him of his mom, someone whispered. And just like that, there was no fear. He gently reached out to her, touching her softly, then began to lick her wounds,
Now watch.
nuzzle against her, staying close in a way that felt intentional. Like he wasn't just curious, he was comforting her, and someone said quietly, "He's trying to tell her she's safe." And for the first time since she arrived, she didn't look completely alone anymore. The days passed slowly, and the changes didn't happen all at once. But little by little, she started to come back, her body gaining strength, her weight returning, her posture shifting, until one day you looked at her and realized she wasn't that same fragile horse anymore. They had helped her gain nearly 500 pounds. But more than that, they gave her something she had lost for a long time: life. The horse who once stood frozen, too weak and too afraid to move, now walked with confidence, even a bit of attitude. And someone laughed one day, "She's bossing every..."
Look, y'all. Look. Somebody laughed and said, she's bossing everybody around now.
Confidence, even a bit of attitude. And someone laughed one day, "She's bossing everyone around now." And it was one of those moments that stays with you, because it meant she wasn't just surviving anymore, she was living. Now she's surrounded by other horses who accept her, who even love her. And every time someone reaches out to brush her or scratch her neck, there's this quiet kind of joy in it. Like they all understand how close they came to losing her and how she somehow found her way back. And maybe that's the part that stays with you.
Love. That's all it took. You guys saw that, right? All it took. In the beginning, they said, oh, we don't know if she's going to make it. We're going to try. We're going to do our best. And one thing stepped in to conquer all, and that was the power of love. You never know who you can save. Just a kind word to some people, a smile sometimes to people. You don't have to give them everything, but guess what? Kind word, showing your heart and being a good person definitely can help out. You guys, that's right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This is our bottom line. And if you're trying to get your promo out there to get in front of many more people, we have almost 75,000 subscribers. So if you're trying to get out there in front of more people, all you got to do is send your promos over to us. Send them to me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's right, bridgethisllc@gmail.com. We will make sure that we put all your promos up inside of the post notification area. The only thing is they got to be 1080 by 1080 in order to fit in the post notification area, you guys. And again, I really hope that you love the health and wellness section today, because that was a banger. Getting to know your dogs a little more, or getting to understand about pets. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Also, you know what I'm going to tell you right now, because we're locking it in and we getting it done. That's right, the Show Your Talent search. That's the talent search that we're going to be doing here in the city, in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. Also, one person from online, myself, BOOGOTTINYC, sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch, as well as my DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. What are we doing? We're doing the Show Your Talent search, and it's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. Just like Miss Swanza says, if you want to get lit, Drink Big Drip, you guys. Big Drip Hard Punch. And if you want to be a part of the Show Your talent search, the talent search that we're doing, you guys are like, yeah, but it's about singing. Yeah, but it's about dancing. No, it's not. It's a total on. It's a smorgasbord of talent. If you know how to do a wheelie, you know how to do a backflip on one foot, you can do a handstand. Guess what? You might win in your borough. We never know. And guess what? If you win, boom, $250. After we get everybody else together, we're going to let everybody compete for $1,000 grand prize. How do you be a part of the talent show? All you got to do, go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's right, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go to the first page, put your email address in the post notification area, and that's on the first page. Let us know, and we will be sending you the locations of where we're going to be. I'm going to be there myself. Last time Mark pulled up, and one other time I saw Casey there. So yes, we get to meet each other at these events. Only thing is, you got to be 21 or older. Yes, you guys, and you know what we're about to do, right? Oh, we can't leave up out of here without getting right with the man upstairs. We got to get those prayers in the air. We want to pray for love. That's right, always. We want to pray for happiness. I want to pray for good spirits and good health for every single person that's here. I want to pray for family. I want to pray for understanding. I want to pray for positive breakthroughs. I think we really had a great episode today, you guys. If I do say so myself, I loved every part of it. I love the stuff about the animals, all the news, every single thing. That's why we come here every single day, and I just can't tell you guys enough how much I love and appreciate you guys as well. That's right. We want to pray for Sam Champion. Got to pray for Rebecca Lanya and Bueno and Batty Lynn. Can't forget about Clifton and Kendra, Ad Range, Rebecca Lanya and Bueno, Jordan Dowdy, Winter Rising, Miss Swanza, Batty Lynn, and Kendra Walker. That's right. Sky, got to pray for you as well. Sam Champion, Rebecca Lanya and Bueno. Also, Frederick, thank you so much for coming through and always showing love and respect. Jordan Dowdy, how you doing, my brother? Batty Lynn as well. Checked out for real. I hope you appreciate the show. Miss Keisha, 420, John Patrick, Flavor Talks, also Batty Lynn, Rebecca Lanya and Bueno, Mary Tanner, John Doherty, Angels Among Us, Clifton, all of you guys that have new gloves. I see you guys got new gloves. Thank you so much, Shannon, for doing that before you left. L. Jordan 212, Sky. Can't forget about Winter Rising. Can't forget about Jordan, Doggy Dog. That was a good comment that you did today, Doggy Dog. You do your thing. I appreciate you. Joe BX, always. There you go. Love you, bro. Love you. Miss Keisha. Can't forget about Sky. How you doing, Sky? How you doing, Sky? Who we got up in the building right now that we're praying for as well. Can't forget about Terry. Can't forget about Sam Champion. Can't forget about Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker. Can't forget about Jordan. Let's see, Dot Focus as well. And we want to make sure that we get prayers up for who? Our brother Teddy. That's right, Teddy. We ain't forget about you. Have a good day, everyone. That's right, Batty. Miss Swanza J. Get those prayers up, songwriter, because the power in numbers is here. When we pray together, he hears us, and it all goes together, you guys. We use the power of numbers in order to get those prayers up. So with that being said, last person is going to be Mary Tanner, Sky, Miss Swanza, and Rebecca Long, Wing Breno, Ad Brains, and myself. Gotta pray for me too. Amen. That's right, you guys. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. We will be right back here on Tuesday, same channel, trending topics, current events, and much, much more. Don't know if we made it to the 500, but I'm a fair guy. I will go check, and if we made it there, I will make sure that we get those merch pieces out. But I'm sure that we probably didn't. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna roll that merch right on over till tomorrow. And if we're able to get it, excuse me. Oh my God, sorry about that, you guys. That was not supposed to happen. If we're able to get to 500 tomorrow, I'll make sure to get you guys the merch out. Now I apologize for that burp. I was trying to hold it back. Drink a lot of water today, and I'm sweating bullets. But you know what they say? Show up, show out, leave it all on the field, and hopefully they will appreciate you when they see how much work you put in. That's it, you guys. That's it. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock, new trending topics, more current events, and much, much more. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. And don't forget, go on and join that Discord because this does not have to stop. If you're a member of the Our Bottom Line group and you want to keep on chatting, keep on talking, Discord. Go on over to Discord, join Our Bottom Line. It keeps going on over there. And like I always tell you guys, can't wait till tomorrow because I'll be right here, 6 o'clock in the morning. Another suit, more sweat, and doing what we got to do. It's your boy Boogotti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. See you guys later. Peace.